All right, guys, welcome back. If you haven't noticed, we've been gone for a little while.
We got
I
canceled.
can imagine some people figured out why. Last weekend, we were intending on doing a show. We were. Came up here to do it and everything, but all of our teams lost. First, when was it? Friday, Texas went out?
Yeah.
Last Friday, Texas went out. Mm-hmm. Saturday, the Chargers went out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, the Packers went out to the eventual, probably NFC East champions. We're probably going to say that now. Unless Jaden Daniels plays like he did against the Lions last night. So we weren't in the mood. We weren't in the mood to really do it. I remember asking these guys all week, show tonight, and everybody's just like, nah. So it took a little while to get over it.
Justin was gone.
Yeah.
I was working till 9.
Yeah, I would say we're mostly over it, but I don't think the show would have been that good that night had we had done it. Because we just sat there down there in silence forever.
In silence.
Yeah, me and him were down there watching the game, and afterwards we just sat there like just staring at the TV because it was miserable.
No one wants to watch two grown men cry.
I wish I really wish I could have been here for that now.
We were gonna record. We even put we recorded a Zoom thing to like make clips out of, but there was no clips whatsoever of us being excited. Nothing.
After the kickoff, we're like,
yeah,
we're done.
First kickoff, fumble. I mean, we got excited one time about the possible Josh Jacobs touchdown, but they did overturn it. But hey, we're out. Same shit every year. Make it to the playoffs, get knocked out. We're still a young team. Packers are still a young team. I'm gonna say 2027, 2026, 2027. That's our window. That's when we're gonna make the push right there. We're also in the T. Higgins lottery too. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear it.
I did hear that.
Possible looking at T. Higgins to come to Green Bay.
We better start spending a lot of money.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely get rid of Christian Watson if we're gonna bring that guy in. He might have played his last down as a Packer. But yeah, no, it sucked. The Eagles, they were just better. Jordan Love looked like the Jordan Love last year before he started doing good. 3 interceptions, correct?
Yep, 3.
3 picks. Justin Herbert, 4 picks. We'll get in the Scots game in a little bit. And they went down 22-0 or 22-10. 22-10. Never were really in the game, right? Never really in the game. So hats off to the Eagles.
Kinda-ish, but we just never felt like we could.
Well, the defense played great. 10 points in the first half. It was 10-3. McManus, it could have been 10-6 going into the half. Mm-hmm. But offense just couldn't get going. We weren't. It was like we were running the most simplest plays. Like there was no creativity to our offense, and the Eagles' defensive line just. Our top lineman went out. We're gonna sit here and keep making excuses.
No.
7 starters. We lost 7 starters going into this game and during the game.
Freaking Reed got hurt.
Reed got Jacobs even got hurt.
Dobbs is
Jenkins got hurt.
Dobbs might not play another down.
Yeah, Sean Ryan got hurt, and then our center got hurt. Or Sean Ryan is Sean Ryan the center?
No.
Yeah, the center and
Josh Myers got hurt.
Yeah. So, hey,
what was the deal with the?
Jacobs was our offense.
Yeah, he realized he had to win the game if we were going to. But it was a rough week last week.
Deal with what?
That guy Jair Alexander, I think. Was it him that was like chewing one of the other players' ass in the secondary? Was one of the players like?
He's on the bench.
No, that was McKinney.
That's okay.
But he wasn't chewing his ass. I thought he went about that really well. Like he was in his face. I'll give you that. He was in his face, but he was kind of talking to him man to man. Because that was when Dallas Goedert just like stiff armed.
Oh my god, yeah, it made him a little freaking.
That was pretty cool. That play was actually. But Packers are out. We got to look till next year. Scott, he said he'd call in a little bit. We'll talk about the Chargers then. Until then,
how about the Cowboys in the playoffs?
Yeah.
No game.
Who?
No game.
Who?
Hey, we got better draft position than y'all.
Don't need it.
Y'all made it for no reason.
That's a terrible thing to brag about.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all made it.
Hey, we were worse than y'all.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
We were worse than y'all.
That's very true. But hey, what did I say? Would you rather have gone in the first round and lost?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You rather have gone to the first round and lost?
Absolutely.
100%.
Played more games than the Cowboys did this year.
Played in the wild card and lost.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Went up against stiff competition. Look at the Eagles. They're in the NFC Championship.
And in y'all's own words, at least James's words, that was a pathetic performance.
It was. The defense played great. The offense was terrible. Like it was awful. It was bad. Like I said, there was no creative. We ran no jet sweeps.
None.
No jet sweeps to receivers. No, I don't think we even tried to run a screen pass at all. No, there was very few deep shots. The one deep shot got picked off at the end of the game, and I don't know why he even threw that ball in the first place. So any chance, I don't know. It almost seemed like Jordan Love just wanted the game to be over at that point. It's games like that, and that interception he threw against San Francisco last year. And I know I shouldn't say this, but it's like got me thinking again. Is he the guy? Is Jordan Love the guy? Because he was supposed to take the next step this year, and he did. He didn't throw as many picks, right? Didn't throw as many picks. He played better. His rating was higher. His completion percentage wasn't.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't very good throughout the year. But a lot of that was from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, his last 6 games going into the playoffs, he didn't throw any picks. So he was supposed to take the big step, possibly. I don't know, possibly with the guys in the league now, but candidate for MVP, no, I don't see that happening any time in the near future. But he didn't take the step.
He was banged up too all year.
Yeah, I guess so. But it sucked, and I just got a feeling they're going to take a big step backwards next year.
I'm telling you.
Really?
I told you that after the freaking game.
I just feel like they're going to take because Romeo Doubs may not play. That was his second concussion in like 3 weeks.
He's already had mental health issues. Watson
tore his ACL. He may not be ready. Myers tore his ACL. He's not going to be ready. So it's either hopefully we find some pieces, maybe spend a free agency, which we don't. Yeah,
Jair might not be back.
Yeah, so it's we are returning Jacobs and McKinney and Jaden Reed, who's our stud on offense, but
who got banged up.
Yeah, but that's not enough.
He didn't show up like in the playoffs either.
As much as I used to like to say, like I like how they don't have a main badass wide receiver, big, number one top receiver. In games like that, you kind of need one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you need a go-to guy. And the top 2 go-to guys were out. Well, Jaden Reed's kind of up there. So top 3, 2 out of the top 3 were out. But they're home now. They're sitting here just like we are on the couch watching the playoffs because, hey, what else can you do?
I feel like T. Higgins would be a really good fit with y'all. Like, it would be a good addition.
But he's not going to get as much money from us as he will somewhere else. Like, somebody's going to offer him way more money.
And he could be kind of like a true number 1.
And the Patriots have a lot of money in salary cap. I think the Raiders have a lot of money too. And I think those 2 teams are kind of who he's talking about. They're talking about trying to get him.
You said this earlier. I didn't even think about Ty Hill. But hey, all these Wisconsin homes, they're big homes, fit all 5, 10, 15 of his kids, right?
Maybe more than that by now.
Wisconsin ranch.
The summer just started, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, they're trade. That's right. He's on the trade market.
Yeah.
Well, he wants to get traded, but his agent did come on Pat McAfee show and said that that's not the case. He wants to stay in Miami. He doesn't seem like a Green Bay guy though.
No,
like
not at all.
I don't see him fitting in there.
No.
So.
Can't do shit in the cold.
It'd be a miracle. We probably have some very the odds are probably way against us to get Tyreek Hill, but I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I mean,
he's not going to go anywhere in the cold.
No, I mean, he was in Kansas City, but he did get drafted there. Didn't he sign an extension, though, in Kansas City?
Yeah.
And they traded him in the middle of that extension. But, no, I don't know. I'd have to look at, like, free agent wide receivers we could possibly pick up. But we never pick up free agents. Ever.
What about Devontae coming back?
Nah, I don't see that happening. I think
I didn't hear about that, actually.
I think he'll possibly go. He'll go to, like, the Chiefs or the Bills or something like that.
So, was his deal expiring?
This is a 1-year deal.
It was a 1-year deal?
Who's Devontae?
Was it like he was in the last year of his contract with the Raiders?
No, I think he was like in his.
I thought the Raiders ate all his contract.
He was in the 3rd year of his contract with the Raiders, and it was a 5-year deal. So he's got
2 more left for the Jets.
Left? Yeah,
or 1 more year left for the Jets.
Yeah, 1 or 2. It's something like that. We have to look it up. But he's still good. He can still play. But next year's another year. He's going to be 33 next year? 34?
I'm looking up his contract.
Guess what?
Real quick.
He can catch the ball.
Yeah. Well.
That's what we need.
Yeah, just bad game all the way around.
Now you're getting me all depressed again. No.
Yeah, I know. We're done talking about it. We're done talking
all
about it.
Packers gear, just to hype up the mood.
It's over with.
So y'all really think y'all gonna take a step backwards?
Yeah,
I do. I do with all the injuries going into next year. Yeah, unless they do something in free agency, which I don't know if they will or not.
You never know with the draft and free agency.
And the Vikings, I don't know what they're going to do as far as Sam Darnold's thing goes. Like, they were all talking about giving him an extension, re-signing him, but then after that performance against the Rams, like, oof, that was rough. He was seeing ghost again, pretty much. But let's not talk about the Packers.
2 more years on Devontae's deal.
Go ahead and talk about the Texas Longhorns there. Lost 28-14
Yep.
to the Ohio State Buckeyes
Yeah, they were in it the whole game.
in
man.
Texas
Yeah.
at Jerry World.
Yep.
In the snow.
Yeah.
Well, the roof was on, but yeah. Man, yeah, they were in it the whole game, and the defense carried them. It's kind of like they did all year. The defense just carried the team. Offense never really fully clicked. I mean, Golden kind of came on late, and him going down during the game hurt big time. Had he been able to stay healthy during that game, maybe we get more going on offense. But, we get down there on the 1 yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 1. We run Jarrett Gibson up the middle, get stuffed. And so Sark thinks, let's run a toss and get outside to the edge, which honestly, they shouldn't have done it with that player. If they're going to do that, you got to put Jaden Blue in, who's faster.
7-yard loss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or Silas Bolden, screw it, toss it to him if you really think you're gonna try to outrun him. But I mean, the bottom line is Quinn was really good to us for the most part, but he has limitations, and that's one of the reasons why his draft stock's not very good. And he's just not good.
Going to the draft, by the way.
Yeah, just not good enough to put us over the top. He did turn down an 8-year, not 8 year, 1 year, $8 million NIL deal. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Who did?
Quinn Ewers.
Oh.
To transfer somewhere else. They wouldn't say, he wouldn't say the school, but
Texas A&M.
Ohio State, probably.
I heard it was a Big Ten school, but I don't know.
Michigan.
Well, I mean,
Could have been.
wasn't it? Will Howard's gone after this year, so.
Or I could have seen it in Michigan as a stopgap until that 5-star is a sophomore.
Maybe Indiana.
Yeah, could have been. Well, Indiana got that Mendoza dude out of the portal. He's ranked pretty high, but yeah, man, it was a tough blow. A lot of the players have announced already now whether or not they're going to the draft. We do get Michael Taft back, thank God. He was a stud all year, and he'll be a really good key piece next year coming back. And there's some players that played that are going to be coming back, so I think the future's looking bright. Gotta keep rebuilding, man. Keep reloading the portal, and
They just signed Sark to a 2-year
2-year extension. He
did not take interviews with other NFL teams. There was 2 NFL teams that wanted to interview him, and he said no.
Yep.
So that's a good sign, I guess. I guess he's committed there.
But yeah, that was kind of like y'all's situation. I was more honestly mad. Y'all said y'all sitting there in silence, looking at the television. I was at not Downtown Social. I was over at that chili place right there by Scores, but a Phoenix Saloon. I was there watching the game. I'm talking the second when it was over. I Ubered immediately, went home, and was pissed off, and just went straight to bed. I was so pissed off. I was like, I'm just going to bed.
That's why I never watch games. Never watch games out in public.
Really?
I hate it.
Really? I like it.
I hate it.
I enjoy it for big games.
Well, yeah, because y'all have a bunch of fans around there.
That's true. The Packers, well, if you go to Scores, I guarantee you'll have Packers fans.
Maybe 1, 2. Who cares? Either
Dude,
way, if we lose or not, I hate being in public.
I hate being in public. Yeah. But
I remember the year the Packers were 15-0.
Yep.
It was the year after they won the Super Bowl. And that whole year, I would do the same thing every Sunday when I'd watch them play. I'd just sit there at the house, watch them on the couch. I actually went to a bar on that game. They were playing the Chiefs with a backup quarterback playing, Kyle Orton. And I'll never forget this. They were starting Kyle Orton. I didn't think that Kyle Orton had already played them when he played for the Bears earlier that year. So he kind of had a feel for their defense. And I decided to go out, have a couple beers, watch the game while they're going to win. And they lost that fucking game. And I remember I got home and I completely trashed my room. It was when I was in college. I just trashed the whole house basically. I was so pissed off. But
how many drugs did you have?
I probably got a lot of them after that game. But back to the Texas thing. I noticed somebody commented on our video about our last show about the Texas game. They were saying Texas shouldn't have even been there because they cheated Arizona State.
Oh, God.
Okay, now I looked into that. I actually looked into that to see what that was all about. And I guess it goes back to a field goal that Arizona State missed. Okay.
Go!
Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Von Miller. There was a field goal that Arizona State apparently missed in that game.
Yeah.
But it got blocked.
Okay, well,
When it bounced over the uprights?
yes, according to Rule
Over the
8,
crossbar.
Section 4,
Yes, I know. Yeah, okay.
Article 1, the ball, as long as it's not touched and it goes through the uprights without being touched,
It was touched.
yeah, but I guess no possession on it, that it counts as a point.
It's not a point.
Okay, well,
It's not. I looked that up too.
I didn't know if that's what that guy was talking about, so I
was.
just Googled Arizona State cheated by Texas. And I don't know if that's what he was referring to or not.
Yeah, it got tipped at the line, and then it bounced and went over the crossbar. But
I know that if a kick gets it gets blocked and it gets deflected in the air, if the offense catches it, they can run it for a touchdown, I believe.
yeah, if it's behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes. But I saw that and I was kind of looking at that. I didn't look through the whole rule like to see if there's any examples or anything. But I guess that's what that guy was talking about. I didn't know who it was that commented on our video, but yeah, no, Texas. They were close the whole time. The spread was what, 7 points or 6.5?
6.
Okay, so they were within the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Probably could have at least gone down by 4, kicked the field goal, but no, they had to go for it. They had to go for it at that point.
Yeah.
Game completely turns.
Oh yeah, the
Jack
scoop and
Sawyer,
score.
that guy's an animal, man. Jack Sawyer
That guy's
strips Quinn Ewers, returns it for a touchdown. Game over, pretty much. So Quinn Ewers, is he? What round does he get drafted in?
I think as he's got
Third or fourth, maybe.
he's got to pray that he has an unbelievable pro day, and he just impresses everybody with his arm strength. Because he does have a cannon for an arm. That was like why he was like rated the perfect 5-star out of high school. Because his arm, he had a huge arm.
Mm-hmm.
But man, he's just not accurate down the field like on deep throws. He hasn't shown that his whole career.
I think like he's scared in the pocket.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
Too a little gingerly in there. Like he wants to, he doesn't want to step up and make a throw, take a hit.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me too.
Because every time he does, in a clutch situation, it's a pick or something.
Yeah.
He's known for his clutch picks.
Yep.
But other than that, he's accurate as shit.
What made him want to go to the draft? Like, does he love Texas that much to where he didn't want to betray him or whatever?
I don't know what it was. Honestly, maybe it's just like he was tired of college or just, like, you know what? I don't want the
taking home ec or
I don't want the legacy of I started at Ohio State, transferred to Texas, and then transferred out again. Like, maybe that's what it was. You know his like family's from Pleasanton, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, there's like pictures of people I know that take pictures like with his sister.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah, she's
married. So he went to South Lake Carroll, didn't he?
Yeah, but they moved from like the Pleasanton area. I want to say, like when he was like,
they were like, we got a star here. We got to take him to a
like
school,
elementary or junior high or something.
Top.
You don't want to play for the Eagles?
Yeah,
but
but yeah, we don't want to talk about most of that.
Wait,
it is.
Do you think that they should have went to Arch during the game?
No,
they should have went to Arch like game like 7 or 8.
There's the Josh Allen touchdown.
There it is.
That's one leg of the parlay.
I don't think they should have, like when Quinn struggled versus Georgia, they should have went to Arch the very next week and stuck with Arch. I think personally, and benched him.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if that dude is ready for that to be put in that situation that late in the season.
Everybody's gonna watch him be a star next year and be like, why the hell didn't they play him?
They could have won the national championship.
No, I doubt that happens. I don't think he's gonna be as good as people think next year. Maybe in a year or two. Maybe like his junior, senior year. Maybe.
He's gonna have the opportunity if he wants next year to be the number 1 overall pick if he wants.
Yeah, and the Manning name carries a lot of weight too.
If he wants, but he's not going to. He's gonna stay. I'll say it now. He's staying at least 2 years.
Yeah, because Sark's staying 2 more years. So.
Well, not even just that, but Archie, his grandpa's like no, he's gonna stay for 2 years. He's not gonna do one and done.
Yeah. Damn, he's telling him so. He's telling him what to do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, enough about our teams. As you could tell, the mood was very low at that point. We need to move past that. I don't think we're over it. Are you over it? I'm not really over it either.
Watching these games, I'm like,
yeah, that could be us.
Right we could have beat them. Could
Yeah.
beat them.
That's
could have beat the Rams.
Like your freaking stupid take. Like, oh, let's get the 7 seed.
Yeah, that was bad.
Let's get the 7 seed. So
I was just trying to be positive.
No, I was like, give us the 6 seed. We play the freaking stupid ass Bucks. Baker Mayfield beat the shit out of them. Go beat the Lions. We're in the fucking Super Bowl.
Well,
the NFC Championship.
That's me and you are different. Like, we go to prison, you're gonna be somebody's bitch. I'm gonna take out the baddest motherfucker in the prison.
or get
That's
stabbed.
how I'm-
Probably more than likely going to get.
Now,
Hey, I'm gonna die trying.
What does that
I'm
have
gonna die
to do?
trying.
What does that have to do with you saying that because you were trying to make yourself happy about losing to the Bears, going from the 7th seed to the 6th seed?
Trying to be happy about losing the Bears?
Yeah, they lost to the
Why
Bears.
is he talking? Why are were the
They
Cowboys
lost-
even in the playoffs?
They lost to the Bears, and you're like, no, I'd rather have the
If your
7th seed.
team
That's what
wasn't
you're
in the
talking about.
playoffs, don't talk. You can't talk
That's
about
what
the
you're
NFL.
talking about.
If you say we're better than you guys because we lost more games, no more talking. It's
Hey,
over.
we're not
Texas
better.
lost. Cowboys, they didn't have a chance to lose. So
That's correct.
Dustin,
get over it. Let's move on.
We do have a chance to lose here with our next head coaching hire.
Kellen Moore.
Yeah, who's that going to be?
Please, no.
Kellen Moore's getting interviewed by the Cowboys.
He already did get interviewed.
Oh.
It happened.
I thought that was a joke.
And Dan Quinn.
No, it was Kellen Moore who's been interviewed so far. Or do you want to talk about this later?
No, you can talk about it now.
So far it's been Kellen Moore. They've interviewed Robert Saleh. Those are the two I know for sure have been interviewed. Some other names that have been mentioned that are gonna get interviews is Aaron Glenn,
Ryan Day.
Deion Sanders has been brought up a lot. Obviously, who's the other one? I saw rumor. Well, no, that's just me hoping. That's just John Gruden. Me like hoping maybe for a John Gruden, but. I would honestly, out of those, I would really, or Jason Witten's another name being brought up quite a bit.
Shut up, really?
No, I'm being serious.
He's still coaching in high school.
Yeah. I don't think the Cowboys need a guru. I think they need somebody that's going to change the culture.
Well, hasn't Witten won a couple state championships or one at least?
He won one.
He won one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they need some, like, especially Kellen Moore. Hell no. Like, that would be another, I think it'd be another Jason Garrett is what it would be.
I saw the funniest thing.
What?
It's almost like Jerry's picking these guys that he thinks he's going to have, like, the final say over whatever they say. Like especially with the whole Kellen Moore thing. He might want Kellen Moore because he's like, oh, Kellen will listen to me. He'll do what I say. That's why I think that he's even giving that guy a shot.
Yeah, well, he did coach, there, then played there. So they have, like, a relationship. But, I mean, man, Mike McCarthy fired him 2 years ago. Like, he fired him because all he wanted to do was throw the ball. Like, but
And he started calling the plays.
Where'd he go after that?
To
He
San
went to
Diego or
he
LA?
went to the L.A.
LA
and
Chargers?
got fired there.
Fired, and then where'd he
Went to
go?
the Eagles, and now he's in the
And now-
NFC Championship.
And now they want him back just because.
No.
Dan Quinn, Commanders, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get him out of the division.
That's kind of interesting what you said earlier. Isn't it crazy like how you could just clean fucking house like the Commanders did?
Yep.
And then now they're in the NFC Championship? One guy.
It makes me realize how incompetent we are as an organization. Like, every organization would be like, wow.
It's going to be like that till Jerry retires. Okay,
But it's
so
not just
He's
us.
not retiring.
Think about every other organization. Like, y'all are sitting at home, too, and the Commanders just made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. On a
way it
rookie
goes,
quarterback, new head coach, new GM, new owner. Like, that's insane. Has that ever even been done before?
I don't know. I'm sure it has.
All
It
those
says right
positions?
here the best odds for Cowboys coach is Deion Sanders right now
Shut up.
at a plus 110.
I would love it.
110?
110.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
He hasn't interviewed yet, though.
There is talks that Deion did come out with a statement to Adam Schefter saying that he loves it in Colorado. He loves being there. Loves everything about it. He's really looking forward to the next season, being that he doesn't have to be a dad and a head coach. So, I mean,
You don't think that the Cowboys trade all of their picks to get fucking Shador?
No.
no, I don't think
You know what they would do? They would trade Dak Prescott if they're doing that. Oh, that's all they would do.
For what?
you got to find somebody to take
A
it.
bag of peanuts?
Hey, the Raiders probably would.
The Raiders
take
would do it.
Prescott.
That's
Yeah,
that's
because they've been dying for a quarterback for years now.
Yeah.
Well, since Derek Carr, I guess.
I think the Titans would too. There's not a for sure fire number one quarterback
but
right
is
now.
Dak Prescott worth the number one pick? That'd be pretty fucking cool if they did that. I mean, to be able to pull that off, to give them Dak Prescott for the number one pick in the draft, but the the stock in quarterbacks this year is not great. Like
That's what I'm saying.
quarterbacks aren't good. So the Titans trade back out of that. Say they do trade Dak Prescott, give the Cowboys number one pick. They pick up Cam Ward, Shadur, whatever,
Whoever, yeah.
and they don't make a difference. What if the Cowboys end up with a top 5 pick again? They got to give it to the Titans the next year, and the Titans maybe have a better pick for a better class of quarterbacks next year.
That's assuming that they have to give up another pick.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like what the Bears did with the Panthers. the whole Panthers and Bears situation, like how the Bears ended up getting Caleb Williams when they
Yep.
could have got Bryce Young.
Yep.
You know, they passed on him,
Yep.
which very rarely do the Bears organization make the right calls. I saw that they're going to try to interview Eddie George to be their head coach.
Really?
Yes, Eddie George is interviewing for the Bears head coaching job. Where is Eddie George coaching now, or is he coaching?
High school.
He's
Oh
coaching
no,
high school?
or college. I thought.
Yeah. Is he at Ohio State?
I'm not sure. I know he's a coach somewhere. I just don't know where.
I think he's in Tennessee, somewhere.
Yeah, Memphis? Is it Memphis?
Somewhere around. Yeah. I don't know.
That's bothering me now. Yeah, find out what that is.
You know who a hot commodity is in Tennessee?
Hmm.
Aaron Rodgers to the Titans.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
He has land there.
Oh, he's the head coach
Okay,
at Tennessee
He's
State.
not a hot commodity. You just know that he owns land there. No, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back, dude.
I think he's
You
done.
think he's done?
I think so.
Did you watch the documentary?
I kind of like listened to it here and there, but dude, it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't think
Why
it
not?
was. Cause like he tried to make things sound like all dramatic, and I don't know. It seemed like he was acting in it a little bit, like he wasn't being.
What's it on again?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
But I watched like the first episode, and I was like, I'm not gonna, I can't wait till I get back home so I can finish it, kind of thing. It wasn't like that. So it was a little too over dramatic. It basically is about like they keep doing. It's about what he's going through right now with his Achilles thing, and then they do flashbacks to the 2020 season when they lost to the Bucks and COVID thing, and then they bring up the whole immunization shit, all that stuff. So it's kind of all about that. So I'm guessing he shot it from that year, 2020, till the first year he was with the Jets when he tore his Achilles, because he's doing rehab throughout the whole thing. Y'all haven't looked at it? Y'all haven't watched it?
I watched it.
No,
Yeah.
I need
Watched the whole
to.
thing.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing special, is what I'm saying. Like it wasn't great. I thought it was pretty cool. Him and Brett Favre talking, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
That
I liked
was-
how they had their little conversation there. That was probably like my favorite part of it. But just a little, you didn't think it was a little too over dramatic? Like he was like the music, the slow motion, the music. Like I'll be back from this acute. Like, come on, man.
Kind of. I just like to see like media does make up shit. Like
Yeah, no, they
how
do.
they were freaking pitting Favre and Rodgers against each other. Like that's not the case.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
All that shit. Like
Yeah,
him
and he explained that well. He explained
Yeah.
it like, yeah, at first there was like a little standoffishness.
Yeah.
But then they got to where they were, they kind of started getting along.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was kind of funny when he was like, yeah, I was trying to throw hints at you to try to get to hang out with you, but you would never ask me to come hang out.
Go hunting or
Yeah, he was like, you need somebody to scare out the deer or something, something like that. But I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, like I said, it's not something you need to go home and watch right away. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
It makes you if you hate
and
him.
I haven't finished it.
If you hate him, it makes you like him a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
it
no.
doesn't make him look like an idiot or
Yeah. From everything you've seen from Rodgers the last 4 years, it's what you would expect in this documentary.
but he kind of explains everything that why he does it or
Yeah. So, the whole thing about his family, all that stuff.
yeah, that was good too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. He shaded his brother real bad when he said, what did he say? He only went on that show just to try to be famous,
famous.
just so he could try to stay relevant or whatever. I thought that was pretty funny. And he hasn't made up with his family yet, has he?
I don't.
No.
I thought they did.
Who were the people that he was taking pictures with after that game, the Jets game? Because he had like a bunch of people waiting for
Yeah.
him, but I don't know if that was his family or not. But
No, it wasn't.
from what I understood during the documentary, he hadn't made up with his family yet. So I don't know. Like I said, I was in and out of it. Kind of. I was at work while I was watching it too. So, but yeah, it's you watch it. You tell us. You
Yeah.
you
No,
tell us what you
non-biased.
think.
Yeah, non-biased opinion.
Well, I kind of do have a biased opinion because I don't.
Yeah,
really-
you don't like him.
I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like him because he's knocked us out of the playoffs.
That's why.
That's
you
mainly-
like him as a guy, or is it
Not. He doesn't seem like a cool guy. On the McAfee show, every once in a while he seems more normal, but then like
See that?
you read all those stories about him and like hear all those things, he just seems like an asshole.
See, watch it then. I think it
Okay.
would,
I'll give you this. The guy does. I think the guy everywhere Aaron Rodgers goes, I think he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. Like I think he thinks that he's like, he's
yeah.
kind of got his nose in the air. Like I'm Aaron Rodgers. I think. But I think you have to be like that kind of if you're famous. You know, like especially if you're him, the
And he
face
never-
of the NFL for all those years.
He never thought he was going to be famous.
Well, maybe not, but he damn sure is famous, obviously. But he just not going off the show because he's trying. I mean, he made the show. He's gonna make himself try to look good with all the editing and everything. But just seeing what he is like in public and at press conferences and on the McAfee show, you could tell he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room all the time.
How many MVPs did he end up winning? 3 or 4?
4
4?
MVPs.
Will Jordan Love do that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. There's too much talent right now in the NFL. So
He could next year. If he balls out next year, because we're not going to have any talent.
anyway, I don't know how I got to that with we were talking about the
know,
Cowboys
yeah.
head coaching.
Search.
But yeah.
Who are some of the other ones open? Again, refresh my memory.
Raiders.
Titans, Raiders.
The
Saints.
Patriots did offer Mike Vrabel a contract already.
Yes,
I believe.
that's correct.
Okay, so the Jets is open. Supposedly Aaron Glenn, that's where he wants to go. He said that's his most coveted. The Saints job is open. The Raiders job is open. Maybe rumblings about Deion Sanders going to the Raiders too.
I saw that.
Possibly. I don't know. And there's one more.
Titans.
The Titans fired. Titans didn't fire their coach, did they?
Oh, they didn't?
No, they didn't fire their coach
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
because it was his first year.
It don't matter. It don't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Yeah, it don't matter these days.
Yeah, no, I think they're. But what I'm saying is, I think they're going to give him another year.
Yeah.
But
Who is their head? I couldn't even know. I don't even know who it is. Who's their head coach for the Titans?
Callahan? His name's Callahan.
Ryan Callahan
Yeah, something like that.
or Sean. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something Irish.
So as far as the Saints go, I think they're interested in Aaron Glenn, but he wants the Jets job, I believe. Ben Johnson, I haven't heard much about him. I don't think did he do interviews?
He's like, no. Well, he interviewed with the
He
Saints.
can't.
right?
He can now.
Yeah,
Loser.
He interviewed with the Saints, I think, right?
I think so. I think him and Aaron Glenn both
Yeah.
interview for the Saints.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy, I don't know. Are the Bears going
Bears.
to interview him?
They did interview him.
They
I
did
thought.
interview him?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Bears interviewed him.
If Mike McCarthy doesn't get a head coaching job, you think he'd go for a coordinator job?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
Did you see that that post on I think it was on X I saw. It was like Mike McCarthy's resume versus like Mike Tomlin, and it was like a little bit skewed. It's like they didn't include like they had like I think Tomlin they had his 2 Super I don't know if they had the Super Bowls on there for some reason. But anyway,
Well,
they just
Mike-
talked about the playoffs.
Mike McCarthy beat Tomlin in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I will say they're like Mike McCarthy needs to fire his publicist or hire a publicist. It's like everybody talks about how good Mike Tomlin is, and like, dude, Mike McCarthy has like the same exact resume almost. Like, it looks like identical.
One Super Bowl?
No, Tomlin has 2.
Tomlin has 2 Super Bowls, I think.
Really?
But like it showed like their playoffs and their record overall. Like it's almost identical to Tomlin.
Does Tomlin have 2 Super Bowls or just 1? Because I thought the last year in Cowher's contract is when the last year Cowher before he retired he won a Super Bowl and then Tomlin won another one.
Oh,
Does Big Ben have 3 Super Bowls or 2? 2? 3? Okay, so Tomlin does have 2 Super Bowls then. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won against the Cardinals. They won against the Seahawks, and those are the only 2 I remember.
So maybe it's 1. And then he went to the one against the
No,
Packers.
Big Ben has 2 Super Bowls.
Mike Tomlin
Oh,
has
so
2.
okay, yeah, Mike Tomlin does have 2 then, and then he's been to the Super Bowl 3 times. That's pretty damn good.
Which active coaches have a Super Bowl?
Not the Cowboys.
Mike Tomlin. Who else were the active coaches with the Super Bowl?
Active coaches with the Super Bowl.
Mike McCarthy.
You'd have to think. About long tenured head coaches, I guess.
Sean McVay,
Yeah, fucking Andy Reid has
Andy Reid.
a couple. Yeah.
Is there anybody else?
Harbaugh, John Harbaugh, Ravens.
Oh, that's right. John Harbaugh has 1.
Yeah. Do you count like coordinators for a Super Bowl? Because Raheem Morris won a Super Bowl with the Rams.
No.
Oh, I came
That's
up
it,
with,
right?
I came up with this conspiracy theory.
Todd Bowles was on the Buccaneers staff when they won a Super Bowl.
2020?
With the Arians, yeah. What's that?
This conspiracy theory. Tom Brady bought the Raiders.
Well, he's a minority owner. He's not-
Okay, whatever. Minority owner, and fired Antonio Pierce just because he beat them in the Super Bowl. The Giants.
Oh, that's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say he fucking fired him.
Just because Antonio Pierce beat them in the Super Bowl with the Giants. Like, get the hell out of here.
Well, I know that Tom Brady was trying to push for Belichick to be the head coach. Like,
Yeah.
basically quit his job he just took and come for the Raiders, but I don't think Belichick was interested, which is good.
You see his girlfriend posted about that?
Oh yeah,
About it was like Belichick.
I've seen his girlfriend post.
Yeah.
She posted about Belichick. She's like, we are overtly committed to North Carolina. It's like him and her. Like,
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah,
We.
they're like posing in this like North Carolina gear, like smiling.
Like, how do you even do that, dude? Like, 70 years old.
All right. We'll find out more head coaching stuff as the year goes on, I guess. Speaking of new head coaches, Coach Blount and Coach Taylor are returning to
go.
Georgia West. The slot T's coming back.
Team Mafia,
Slot
baby.
T is coming back to Georgia West. Okay, this is Georgia West, what, 4th head coach in 6 years? Or 5th head coach in 6 years? Carnegie quit in 2021, and we've had, this is the 4th head coach in 5 years.
3, 4th in 6 years.
4th in 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't look good. Doesn't look good as far as
No.
good programs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But for what I understand, he is bringing back Coach Taylor. That's what I heard that from Devin, his son. So they are moving back.
Inside sources, eh?
Yeah. So they're gonna be starting their. I don't know if they've already moved or made the move or not. Are they still there in Navarro or?
I saw a post. He starts really soon. Maybe
Okay.
tomorrow. In Georgia West, like his first day on the job.
But that's good. We're gonna try to get him on the show. I did ask him, but he didn't message me back. So probably a busy guy. Not trying to avoid me or anything. It's not annoying or anything when I try to ask you to come on the show. But he, I think that's a good deal or bad deal for George West.
Oh, great.
I think it's good. I mean,
it's
he's
good?
won a lot. His record's really good, man. He's won a lot of games.
Yeah.
He really has.
No, I think it's good too. Oh God, people get mad at me for saying this. I don't care. I don't like the slot T. I don't like it.
Boring.
It's not that it's boring. It's just I feel like you're not gonna win a state championship with slot T. When you start getting up there playing the better teams in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round, they're gonna have bigger kids, better athletes, obviously. And slot T is known for its misdirection, but those teams that make it, more rounds, they're more disciplined. So in slot T, it's all about reading keys. You know, you can do all the misdirection you want, but you know the keys are going to tell you where to go. It just seems like more of a closed playbook than an open one, and I feel like you don't use as many athletes in the slot T as you could as a sprint.
I was gonna say, like, but do we have the athletes to do that?
That's yet to be seen. George West did graduate a few kids. They are returning more than I think they are graduating.
The guy took Mathis to the state semifinals.
Oh, I know, and I'm not saying that it's like I said. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I just these teams that you see win state championships. What offense are they running?
A multitude of offenses.
Okay, but more of a gun spread type of offense.
No.
Now Joaquin, when they played against Ganado, they ran a slot T.
Got smashed.
They finished 4th in their district that year. Maybe they had good matchups. You know, maybe it just worked out for them. I don't know. Maybe they were better. And those kids were pretty big.
Franklin runs a slot T. They won it all.
No, I know.
They've won like 2 recently.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying I like the spread. I like the spread. I feel like you can do more out of the spread. You can give it to more athletes. You can use your more players within the spread. More jet sweeps, more route combinations, more fakes, reverses, stuff like that. But I mean, if there's anybody that can take it to the next level, it's them because they've been doing it for so long, and they're going to continue doing it. So, and from what I understand, if you do your job in the slot T, if everybody does their job, I mean, it can't be stopped. So, hey, but I'm happy for them. Hopefully they do as good. Hopefully they take George West 4-5 rounds like they did in Mathis. What year was that?
I just want to break through to the semifinal round finally. Like that's our ceiling. We keep hitting that
Third round, right?
That regional final championship game. We keep losing in that one. When we've made it that far, that was 2009. The last time was Shannon and all them.
Mm-hmm. But man,
holy shit, that was like almost 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. That was the last time we've been in the region championship game.
And these hopefully these kids pick it up because they've been running the spread the past since Carnegie was there. Carnegie ran the spread. Mm-hmm. They're going back to a slot T for the first time in over 10 years. I believe.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe a new thing.
Thankfully, he's getting in there early. To be able to install the offense in the offseason.
For offseason and everything. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, congratulations to them. We're excited to have them back. We're gonna get them on the show pretty soon, whether they don't want to or not. They're gonna come on. I don't think they do us like that. I think they're definitely gonna come on.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not coming anymore.
Hey,
I don't want to talk to James. I want to talk to Austin and Dustin. Where's Scott? Yeah, and Scott.
God, that'd be a terrible show.
Be a great show.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, we're just gonna be boozing the whole time.
So do y'all like dove hunting? Who do you think the next Cowboys coach is going to be?
There we
Coach?
go. Hey, we just talked about that. We just
Jesus Christ.
It'd be great.
No, I have a right to my own opinion.
That's right.
Just saying.
Everybody does.
I'm just saying, like, I am, in my opinion, I like a spread offense more.
Yeah.
I feel like you can do more out of it. But, hey, they've been running it for a long time. I mean, they discipline these kids enough, they can do great things with it.
There's no realignment this year, right? It's next year.
It's next year.
Yeah, the next year. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about these playoff games. The first one yesterday. What was the first one yesterday? Chiefs and Texans. Patrick Mahomes and the referees. Okay.
Have a love affair.
3-4 times. Mahomes barely got touched. I saw even one play where two Texans helmet to helmet at each other.
Yep, that was it.
Where Mahomes slid underneath and a personal foul got called on
Yep.
that. There was another roughing the passer Will Fuller did, where he just basically pushed Patrick Mahomes in the shoulder pad.
Will Anderson.
Yeah, Will Anderson. And same shit. Flag every time. Mahomes is looking back at the referee every time, just staring at him in the face like, hey, you're going to throw that fucking flag.
Will Anderson was beasting yesterday.
Yeah, he was. Even with that, he was still doing good. But, okay, on a level playing field, let's say those roughing the passers aren't being called. Do the Texans have a chance in that game?
Yeah.
Do you think they could win that game? Do you think some of those calls predicted the outcome of that game?
How many were there?
3 or 4.
So they ended up having 8 penalties for 82 yards.
The Texans did.
Yeah, the Texans did.
That's-
As opposed to 4 penalties for 29 yards for the Chiefs.
But those 82 yards were costly. Like, it came in big moments.
moments.
Yeah, all third downs.
Yeah.
Like, and those are 15-yard penalties. Like, it's frustrating.
I saw this stat earlier. Texans are the first team in the playoffs to outgain their opponent by 100 yards and have 0 turnovers and still lose.
And still lose by. I mean, they should have lost by 11. I mean, they did take the. They ended up losing by 9 because of the damn safety.
Safety.
Yeah.
It's all right there in the black and white.
49-0.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw. I was about to say
Dude,
that.
that's
49-0.
insane. Like,
Before that. Now it's 49-1. Crazy.
and like, I'm glad, like, because we see it all the time on Twitter and we see it all the time on, like, reels on all kinds of shit, TikToks and everything about
The refs.
all these jokes about, Mahomes and the refs are in bed with each other. They're fucking glazing them all the time. But I'm glad the announcers were starting to see it.
Yeah.
Like, Troy and Joe were saying the same shit. Like, I don't know about
one
that.
play, like, Mahomes was going out of bounds and he pulled up just to try to get the foul.
yeah,
And
exactly.
they're like, dude, he tried to get the foul.
Yeah, he's a
And
little
they
acting
didn't call
job
it.
from Mahomes. Yeah. They were.
And he got shoved out. It's like, oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, they were a little like they were kind of dancing around the whole thing. They didn't want to like call him out for it or anything. He's Patrick Mahomes. He's the best quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. But you could tell that even the rules analyst, Pereira, who's the one on
Mike
ESPN? Pereira. He was even same thing. Like, I disagree with this. Over and over again. And I don't know if the league is going to start catching on to that. I don't know what difference it would make. Like, you can't overturn a personal foul call. It's, at least right now you can't.
Yeah.
You can't pick up a flag. I know you can pick up a flag for like a pass interference or something like that.
Like
but
that.
What happened?
Pass interference.
Oh. But it was ridiculous yesterday, dude. Like bad.
Bad. And it's, dude, year after year after year after year.
Same shit every year. They're going to win 3 in a row. Like, I just know they're going to win their 3rd in a row.
Nope. Whoever wins this game is going to win it.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. Like you said, the Ravens and the Bills both choke, but at the same time, like, it's kind of shitty that these, like, that stat alone is what is. I didn't even know that, and you telling me that now. What was the time of possession? Were the Texans ahead in time of possession?
Way ahead.
Jeez.
They drove the ball every time.
So I saw somebody brought this up about the NFL referees. So it says now their salaries $200,000 a year, but they're not full-time employees. Like, people saying, like, why are these people part-time employees? They need to like be training year-round to like get better. Like just
Or even like go to other sports. I mean, I know it's a totally different sport, but just like kind of
It says most have other occupations such
Like
as
lawyers and doctors.
bankers, teachers,
Insurance
and
salesmen.
tax
Insurance.
managers. That's what
Yeah.
it says on here.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Could you be a ref, Dustin?
I wouldn't mind being a ref. It'd be fun, I think.
Is there a school you got to go to for it, or?
Yeah, my brother literally asks me all the time. He wants to be like an NFL referee. Like that's what he wants to do. I doesn't know how. Like
He's got to get in shape.
He's like looked into how to do it.
Got to get in shape.
Yeah.
They do a lot of running.
I'm sure your
Right.
record has to be like squeaky clean, like never gambled once in your life. Like I'm sure they do a full background check. Like, oh, there's a picture of Austin with the Packers, jersey in the background. Can't hire him.
Oh, I didn't think about that stuff like that.
Yeah, those NFL referees are fans of some certain teams they grew up watching.
Yeah.
Unless they were like the lawyers, I guess maybe just fucking bookworms their whole life. But I mean, I would imagine if you're a referee, you'd have to love football in some sort to,
Oh, yeah,
to be
definitely.
a referee.
We should get Pete Donahue on the line right now.
Pete or Tim?
Tim Donahue. Get him on the line right now. Call him.
That guy loved one thing. He just loved money. He didn't
Yeah.
care about the damn team. But yeah, that ended up being that actually did save my bet. I did buy the Texans up to 10 points and that safety that they pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually covered for me. So
But
the spread
everyone
was 9.5 or 9.
9.
was
Everyone
9 so far.
everyone took the Chiefs to dominate, and it screwed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened to my dad. He's like, what's it? He's like, God dang it.
Dude. And if your dad's new to gambling, tell him that's not a new thing. That shit
Yeah.
happens. Shit like that happens all the time.
With the Chiefs.
I was like, that's the backdoor cover right
With
there.
the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like, look at the Texas game. Like, if you bought the Longhorns up to 7 points or 7.5, I mean, that fucking fumble just turns the whole
Yep.
thing upside down. So,
Josh Allen and freaking another touchdown, dude.
but the Chiefs played like they played all year. Like, not a very great offensive outing.
Sloppy,
A
yeah.
decent defense. I mean, their defense is still pretty good. But I saw a stat something about they like averaged the lowest amount of points for a team that's won 15 games, like ever.
Are they the Notre Dame of the NFL?
Possibly.
Watch like how Notre Dame plays. It's like the same team. Like they do nothing on offense almost, and then it's like a kind of like a boring game, and then somehow they win.
Yeah, and you can't forget the fact that the referees are on their side too in recent history.
But the
so.
Texans were driving the ball like every freaking time. Like it's kind of on them for not scoring, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
Fairburn did miss 2 field goals, I
Missed.
believe. So I wasn't really worried about the Texans winning. I just wanted them to cover. But I was kind of in and out of the game. I didn't really watch the whole thing. But how much longer is this going to go on?
years.
I know there was a lot of eyes on it before this whole situation. But if this happens next week against one of these teams, because both of these teams are way better than the Chiefs.
Oh,
Think?
for sure.
Oh, I think so.
For 100%.
The Bills already beat them pretty good this year. Baltimore did lose to them in the first game of the year, which by a toe because
Yeah,
Isaiah
likely.
likely came down out of bounds. So I do think both these teams are better. But if you have the rest on your side in the game, I mean, anything can happen.
History's on the Bills and the Ravens side. I saw his deal pulled up during the Texans game.
History's not on the Bills and the Ravens side.
It is.
Not in the playoffs.
No, watch.
Absolutely not.
Here's why. Whichever one advances to the AFC title game, right? Every single time a team's been going for a three-peat, they lose. That's the farthest they're making it, and they lose in that championship game.
But very rarely are teams going for three-peats.
But-
If you
but-
go off of like history,
That's what I'm saying, though.
the Bills have been knocked
Nobody's
out by
done
the
it.
Chiefs, 3 out of 4 years or something like that. The same thing with the Ravens last year, losing to them.
I get that part, but what I'm saying is that nobody, literally, they haven't even gone back to the Super Bowl to even defend their Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Like,
but
none of them have for a three-peat.
And that's
history
another thing.
happened.
Are they
It-
trying to get the Chiefs back to the Super Bowl?
That's
another
what,
thing
history
you would
doesn't say that the freaking Ravens and the Bills are choke artists in the playoffs.
That's true.
less forward to it, this national championship.
That's correct.
But you could look forward to playoffs because
I actually,
Cowboys ain't been there.
that's correct. I actually still enjoy the playoffs in the NFL. I really do.
Would you have rather Texas not make the playoffs and not being heartbroken?
No,
Okay,
no.
yeah.
No. But here's the difference. And like Texas doing that, you get like recruiting momentum, all that kind of stuff. Like you get better players to still come to your program. It's different in the NFL. Like you're rewarded for being shitty. You are.
Rewarded for being shitty. What do you mean?
You get a better draft pick, and you get an easier schedule because they want the
Yeah,
league.
but not every year do they have a great draft class where you're getting, the once in a generational player like Caleb Williams is.
Good call.
Well, not even just that though,
Good
but
pull,
you,
good pull.
Like
could,
the once in a generation.
you could draft a Zach Martin, who's a Pro Bowler every single year in the first round. You never know. That's what I'm saying though.
Quentin Nelson, that was a good.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a good draft pick there.
Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, Quentin Johnston. Speaking of Quentin Johnston, there he is. Quentin Johnston's number one fan right here, Scott Rosenbaum. Scott.
What's up?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, would you say Quentin Johnston was a once in a generational talent worth a first round pick? Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
I didn't hear anything.
He said, yeah.
Oh.
He didn't answer. Yeah, no, sorry. I didn't see that you called. How you doing?
Worse than a generation is what he is.
God, Dustin coached that guy, dude. Easy. Dustin did the
Yeah,
best he
why?
could.
That's probably why.
And did the best he could, man. We were just talking about, I guess you can talk about it now since we went through it, but we were talking about why we took like a little hiatus because we just weren't ready to get back on the air with our teams losing like they did. Me and Austin talked about the Packers. It got kind of sad. Dustin talked about the Longhorns. So I guess you can tell us what you thought about the Chargers' impressive performance against those Houston Texans.
Oh man, it was embarrassing. We went to bed, but I guess the good part of it all is that we're lucky we even made the playoffs with our offensive roster and the first year Harbaugh, but it was I knew we were going to lose as soon as before we even got to halftime. I already knew the game was going that way. And I didn't even watch the after halftime. I stopped watching the game.
Why? You
'Cause I
said
knew we were
what?
gonna
You
lose.
said, "Hey, this is where Harbaugh makes his name."
Second half team.
Second half team.
No, there's no way. I knew
You said
once
that. You did say that.
What?
Oh, the score was
I didn't
only
say
what?
that. Show the text.
Wasn't it only like what was the halftime score? Wasn't it only like 10-6 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the game was just going like nothing was going our way. Like our defense was playing lights out, and then we just offensively we couldn't do anything. And
Yeah. And
I
then
mean,
the
we
4
can only our
interceptions.
defense can only play so badass for so long before
Oh,
we kept giving them good field position, turning the ball over, pick sixes. Like you can't win that way.
Yeah.
Can't even beat the sorry Texans that way. They'll beat you. They'll beat you.
I mean, tread lightly there because we were just talking about the Texans and the record that the Chiefs pulled out of their ass, which Austin was saying, what was it? They outgained them, no turnovers, more time of possession. Teams are 49-0. But then they end up losing to the Chiefs, but that's a whole different story because we know of the whole
That's the way the
refs,
Chiefs win the game, though. That's the way the
referees.
Chiefs been playing all year. They get their ass kicked, and then they'll get a couple big calls at
Yep.
the end, and then they'll kick a winning field goal.
That's exactly what we were just talking about. Like with all that,
Classic Chiefs.
with all that outgained and everything, the Texans obviously you would without looking at the score, seeing those stats, you would think the Texans are ahead. And we're talking they still were up by 10 points, 9, 10 points, whatever it was. They still won by 9 or 10 points. And we were talking also. We've always noticed it, right? We've always noticed that the Chiefs get these calls all the time, but I think the announcers are starting to notice it too. Did you notice that while watching that game?
Yeah, I think the whole freaking nation noticed that now. Like before, people were maybe doubting it, but now it's like those calls were just so huge and so obvious, and especially normally the announcers wouldn't pay any they would just say that, hey, it was I didn't agree with the call, but it was a holding, and on this case it was like no, they were just terrible.
Do you think that's something they could go up to the booth with as far as personal fouls go? Could they make that rule change?
I don't see why not.
I mean, they check with the booth in college when it comes to helmet to helmet. So why couldn't they do that when it came to an unnecessary roughness penalty? Call it the Chiefs rule.
Scott, I have a question for you.
Yeah. What is it?
What did you do during the second half? Did you just go to sleep, or what'd you do?
I think I had a drink or something.
You did what?
Yeah, I think I just played free cell on Marvel Rivals, NCAA.
He was the Chargers.
One of
So
those.
He was the Chargers trying to win the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
how did you? How did you?
I beat the Texans 100-0 on Madden.
How did you find out they lost? Just through our text messages?
Landon was the Texans and Scott
Yeah.
was the Chargers.
I just have a hard time believing you didn't watch any of it in the second half.
I bet you flip back and forth to
Watched-
see if they go on a run.
So I stopped watching after he threw that. I think it was the second pick six.
Yeah.
But it was like I turned it back on just to see because I think James texted like, "Oh, wait a minute,"
Yeah.
and then so I turned it back on, and then he threw a
After the
pick
Lad
six,
McConkey,
but-
after the Lad
yeah.
McConkey touchdown, I
Okay.
said that.
Y'all remember that segment we had about how Justin Herbert was unbelievable, according to Scott?
He is.
Is he still y'all's guy?
Before you answer that, Scott, I got a stat for you. Herbert in the playoffs, 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions in 2 playoff games. The Lad McConkey touchdown was the one. So, is Herbert maybe not cut out for the big lights?
Bro, you got to look at the teams we had. Look at the coaching. The coaching we had in the first game, and then look at
All
our
year,
team in
Harbaugh's the
second game.
man. I thought Harbaugh,
He is.
he's been in
I
this
mean,
situation.
he got us. He got us this far with a mediocre roster. Imagine if we had a freaking good roster.
Oh,
He could take the Raiders to the playoffs. That don't mean the Raiders are going to win it all.
you know who looked really good yesterday? Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. We won't spend too much time on it. I know it
But
sucks
we
talking
can't-
about it.
I mean,
I just wanted to bring it up.
Austin
Do a
Eckler
little
was
jab.
good, but he didn't want to. Like, we can't pay him the money he wants.
Yeah, and he's a
And we don't have the picks too. Now we're like stuck at 22, I think it is. So
So
we got to make our
picks
we
matter?
got to draft good.
yeah. Khalil Mack is I think weighing retirement also. I believe something that I
Yeah.
heard.
Dude, put him on the Packers.
But that's going to be a break when it comes to your salary cap. You know, because I think he's still owed a lot of money. I think he's got 1 more year left or 2 more years left on his contract.
He's good though, still, dude.
Yeah, no, he's a
We
good.
need
He's a
him.
good. He's a good.
Speaking
He's a
of
good
that,
body to have in there.
you put freaking
We're not
Max
losing
Crosby
like a
on the
crazy
Packers.
amount of people.
We need a pass rusher.
Yeah.
Max Crosby is the man.
Well, he's from Michigan, so watch him go to Detroit. Play
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah, I
fucking,
mean,
what's his name?
I think he went to school in Dallas too. Maybe he go to the Cowboys.
Yeah. He grew up in. I think it was either vice versa, but he grew up in Michigan and then they moved to Texas, or grew up in Texas and moved to
Yeah,
Michigan.
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, one of those
He
two.
grew up in Michigan, went to school in Texas, and then went to school at what is it, Eastern Michigan, I think.
Yeah, and I think Max Crosby bought the rights to the Eastern Michigan football field.
He
Did you know
did.
that?
He did.
It's called like whatever it was before at Max Crosby Field. So yeah, that's pretty gangster.
Hey, now that we're
That's
talking about the
awesome.
Chiefs stuff, I forgot that
Oh,
she was there.
Oh, Caitlin Clark was at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Damn, they had a house
Yeah,
full
with
of fucking
Taylor Swift.
Right
celebs.
next to right next to Taylor. Like, oh,
we should do that with Longhorn
all
Field.
all that juju.
Yeah.
Dustin Whitefield.
But going
Oh,
back
Whitefields.
going back to the Chargers real quick. We got to talk about our boy Quentin Johnston. Just when he had the game of his life,
Marcus
in
Miller.
week 18. What do you have? 11 catches, 170 yards. Guy
Yeah.
has 5 targets, 4 drops. Yeah. 0 yards, 0 catches. So
He's a freaking.
he's just a hot and cold kind of player, I guess.
Turn off Dustin's earphones.
You don't want to hear this.
He's not gonna want to. He's gonna cry when he hears what I say.
We got to remember he's still a young player. I still think he's going to be good. I'm still keeping stock in Quentin Johnston. I still think he's going to be good. He was a beast at TCU. Y'all can't deny that. That kid was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to draft him
they
in the
did
first
so
round.
good in what do you get in the national championship game?
The
Oh,
game
God.
before, I think he had like 6
Yeah.
catches for 190 yards or something
Yeah.
like that,
Oh
and a
my
touchdown.
God, who they play?
Michigan.
They played
It's pretty damn
Michigan.
good.
Yeah. But
That was
I was making fun of the Chargers for drafting Joe Alt, but That's a damn good pick.
What did they
Blount's
need?
Good.
Yeah, he's good.
We need
Need
just
a receiver.
playmakers and then the interior O line,
Yeah, they need a. They could be in on the T
and
Higgins.
then we goes defense. Like I forgot who we have on the D line. I forget his name. He's got like a short. No, it's not Khalil Mack. He's like a D tackle. He did super good.
Oh,
He was
Puna
on a
Ford.
1-year
Puna
contract.
Ford.
Yeah.
Former
He
Longhorn.
killed
you
it.
call him?
Yeah,
That's why he's in the NFL because he was made fun of his whole life for that name. So pissed off. Puna Ford.
we
What a
need
name.
secondary.
That's a good football name, though. It's a great football name.
yeah.
Like Panay Sewell. That's another good football name.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
General Booty.
Yeah. Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah.
How did he do this year?
Parker Titsworth. The best football name.
Duncan McCockiner.
Barry McCockiner.
What was the other
Brothers.
one? Riley Beers. Anything on the Chiefs and Texans though? What we basically took away from it was that the Texans were cheated, and I don't know how long this is going to continue.
Did you find out the time of possession?
No, that's right.
Yeah, no, I think the Bills are gonna beat them this year.
Dude, I don't.
Dude,
That's
I
what I
don't
was
know.
just telling them. If they beat
Bills
the
are
Bills
so
or the
good this year.
Texans, if they beat them and it comes down to calls and it's the same kind of situation where they have more time possessions, no turnovers or anything like that, like they got to do something. Like they got to. I was telling these guys that they need to implement a rule where you can review an unnecessary roughness call or a personal foul like they do in college with the whole helmet to helmet thing. Because for God's sake, the two Texans players, they almost knocked each other out on that play. Mahomes gets right up looking at the ref, doesn't get touched, and that's 15 yards right there, man. Like that's that was the one that pushed me over the edge at all the calls in there. Yeah,
On a third down and
Yeah.
there was a couple pass interference calls too that were a little iffy, but I mean that's you get those and you give those as far as the NFL goes. Those are give and take. So, but that I mean and what Dustin said when Mahomes he's running to the sidelines, he slows down to try to bait those defenders into hitting him, and he steps out of bounds real quick and gets the call. The reason they beat the Bengals that one year, the guy did hit him out of bounds, but had Mahomes run out of bounds like he's supposed to, like any other normal quarterback would, the hit wouldn't have happened. It was it last year or the year before?
I'm talking about when Osai hit him.
Yeah.
late.
when we were in Mexico.
Yeah, it was after. Yeah, it was the AFC Championship. Yeah, it was in Kansas City. But
That one didn't look like he slowed down to me, but
well, I mean,
This one he definitely
Still, though,
slowed down,
like,
and
that's
he wanted
he didn't get the flag.
just poetic
know,
justice that's
because-
what sent them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Was a play like
that
that.
guy
and still-
shoved him in the back like, all right, get out of bounds.
Yeah. Okay. The other game, the game of the day, probably game of the playoffs. I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat this game, but the Lions Commanders game yesterday. I did take the Commanders to cover that. 8 points was a lot. Lions were beat up going into that game. Did those injuries catch up to them? Anybody?
Absolutely. I mean, you're running a second team defense. I mean, almost the entire defense is a second team.
Well, they were doing it the entire
my
year too.
God.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the past couple games they've been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
No, but then you play good teams,
I
and look
know.
what happens. When
Yeah.
you play a
The
good
Commanders
team.
are a good team.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're in the NFC
Yeah, they're in the
Championship.
playoff.
The Commanders have great athletes. They got speedy receivers and everything. Like look the Lions Bills game. That was kind of typically what the game was yesterday. Just a shootout back and forth, but the Bills were able to make more plays because I'm not gonna take the Lions side or anything, but they were more hurt in that game than
The Lions Commanders, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're saying Lions Bills. I couldn't get
Yeah, the Lions Bills game. But Jaden Daniels played a perfect game. I mean that dude. I mean, they were saying something about like the last 6 games that he played came down to the last play of the game, and they were 6-0 going into the playoffs, and
They were.
number one, yeah. And all those came on the last. Either it was a last-second field goal or Hail Mary or whatever it was. But the last 6 games came down to the last play of the game. So like the whole thing with when they beat the Eagles, then they beat the Bucks on the last-second field goal. Just shit like that is what they're talking about. But
5 turnovers. I didn't realize that.
yeah, Golf threw I
5.
think 3 or 4 picks.
5 turnovers to 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Got your MVP, right? Golf?
Golf, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
MVP for what?
Dang, what happened to
Yeah,
him?
for what? For what?
Hey, he was in the
Yeah.
talks at the beginning of the season. But no, Jaden Daniels, what he had 300 yards passing, 55 yards rushing. 3 touchdown passes?
240 in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Austin took the
Yeah.
over in that game, and it hit like well before halftime.
Nope.
I
It
believe
did not. It hit like the touchdown after the first half. It
No,
was 55. They scored like 50 in the first half.
I know, but wasn't it 34-24 going into half?
It was 31-21. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
I needed one touchdown after half.
I thought it hit.
Oh no,
before.
it was gonna hit for sure, but
Yeah, it was 31. It was 34-21, so it was at 55.
It was yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Halftime was 31-21.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're right. But no, thoughts on this Jaden Daniels guy? I mean, is it rookie luck? I mean, is he the guy? Is he
Pretty damn impressive.
that once in a generation that Caleb Williams was supposed to be?
I think it is.
I thought he
I
should have
don't
gone
know.
number one.
Is that line out right now? The Commanders Eagles.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't looked. To see it.
I'll look
But I was telling these
I bet
guys.
it's like 2.5
I'd bet that right there, somewhere around there.
for the Commanders.
it's 4.5.
The Eagles are the favorite.
It's gonna
The Eagles are 4.5 favorites.
I would take.
Yeah.
take it right now.
I would
'cause
take
it's gonna
the
move down.
Commanders.
It's gonna move down.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
like you
I think
said,
the Commanders.
Didn't the Commanders beat the Eagles
Yeah.
Are gonna win.
this year?
They did.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah, I would take
It's a little bit brighter lights now.
Yeah.
Dude, with the way Hurts is playing though, I don't think.
and
the
he's
Eagles
kind of
are gonna-
hurt.
Yeah, if he was playing lights out, I would. say
Commanders to
they're
the
gonna win it
Super
all,
Bowl.
but I'm very nervous.
How wild would that be?
Magic Johnson has that
It
magic.
could happen.
It's. I mean, we're one game away from it. I mean, that's,
Dude, I just thought about that. Dodgers win the World Series. Freaking Commanders win the Super Bowl. Magic Johnson has it all.
yeah.
Oh damn! I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's
He
pretty
gets
wild.
He gets an NFL or
The Magic Johnson effect.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. I was showing these guys a video earlier where Joe Schoen during the Giants Hard Knocks, he's sitting there asking his 2 kids, "Who would y'all take with the first round pick?" And his son straight up says, "Trade up for Jaden Daniels, trade up for him." And he's like, "Well, I don't know if he's gonna be there." He's like, "Well, trade up for him, trade up for him." And then they take who? Malik Neighbors, which is gonna be a pretty good pick, but I mean, you draft Jaden Daniels to the Giants. Are they in the same situation? Probably not.
No,
Yeah.
they're
And
still
with
the
that
same
Dable.
same coach and same general manager.
I mean, who do the Commanders have besides
They got
Terry?
Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson.
Okay, they did really good in the draft.
Austin Eckler does
Eckler.
fill a little void. Yeah, like
De'Ami Brown.
probably the best third down back if you can call him a third down back in the league right now.
De'Ami Brown's not that good, but
Yeah, well, he stepped up in them. He has stepped
did.
up lately. But yeah, it's if obviously he's gonna win Rookie of the Year, this Jaden Daniels guy. But does he run too much to kind of
I don't think so.
no?
Look at Lamar.
Yeah, he's very similar.
Yeah, I know that, but is he? Would y'all put him like in a top 10 quarterbacks or top 5? Would you say? Let's say top 5 right now.
No.
By what he's shown this year. No.
No.
So y'all think it's just kind of a rookie, not enough tape on him, kind of
Not
thing.
enough tape yet.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd say top
Look
10.
at C.J. Stroud last
yeah,
year.
Colin Kaepernick and same shit, but
Dak Prescott.
So you have those 2 guys right here.
yeah. Bigger story though, is it the Lions losing with all that hype, or is it the Commanders going in there and beating them?
The Commanders, I think.
Commanders.
If the Lions had been healthy, I would say like it's just like a colossal letdown. But I mean, the amount of injuries they had, man, it makes it tough. It really does.
I still thought the Lions would beat them
After
regardless.
the last 3
But I didn't think the Lions would get past the Eagles in the conference championship. But now I think it's going to be a better game because the Commanders, they've already beat the Eagles. I think did Jalen Hurts go out in that game against the Commanders?
I don't think so.
I thought that was the game that he had gotten hurt in.
I don't think he did.
No. But
They
that was
played
a
twice already.
that was a pretty good game though.
So
It was
they-
like a 33-36 or something
So
like
they beat
that.
them both times.
No, just once.
They played twice.
No, the Commanders just beat them once, and the Eagles beat them the other time. But the first time they played, it was a pretty decent game. I think the Eagles ended up winning by like 8 or 9 points. But the Commanders are a totally different team now. But the Lions, they're possibly going to lose Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson.
That's gonna be the thing.
If there was a year for the Lions, which I fucking hate the Lions, I'm glad they lost. I mean, I couldn't be more happier.
Lions.
Why do you hate the Lions? Just
Yeah, the NFC North. I mean, is everybody in the NFC North fucking frauds now or what?
Absolutely.
Yeah, all of them one and done. All of them one and done. So, but the Lions, that if you thought the Lions were going to win the Super Bowl, I thought they could possibly make it. But they're the Detroit Lions. I think they're cursed just like the Browns are. I don't think they're ever going to win a Super Bowl. I mean, not in our lifetime. Probably not in our kids' lifetime.
After this year, nope.
Yeah, this was their shot.
Yep.
It was kind of like the Cowboys last year. Like, as good as the Cowboys were, last year was their year. But they're going to lose too many
The
pieces.
year before last year, I think it was Cowboy shot.
Yeah, either way. But no, the Cowboys were the number 1 seed last year. They were what, 14-3?
No.
They were, because the Packers were the Cowboys were the 2 seed last year.
Yeah, we had the wild card.
So yeah, we were the 7 seed. Okay, but yeah, regardless, like that was the Cowboys' year to win it because it was.
All we had to do was beat the lowly 9-8 Packers or whatever y'all were, and then we could have played the Bucks and
Maybe they overlooked us.
beat the Bucks and
Crawl into the freaking playoffs.
Maybe they overlooked us. But hey, no. Going back to the Lions though, they're gonna lose Ben Johnson possibly. I mean, I know Ben Johnson is real fond of Dan Campbell. Like, so any chance he talks him into staying, or are these two fuck ups that they've had?
I would stay if I was Ben Johnson.
He's a very highly paid
He's
offensive
getting
coordinator.
paid probably maybe $1 million, $2 million less than a head
Yeah.
coach. So why not stay on a good team? Like,
And you don't have all the responsibility too. But I mean, these are totally different guys than what we would be. Of course, we would stay. Fuck, I don't got to worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
these guys are leaders, not like us. We're losers. They're leaders.
did y'all see that report?
So he wants to go lead his own team.
I think it was Rappaport or Schefter. One of them said it's like a foregone conclusion, like around the league. Like they know that both those guys are leaving. Like apparently it's like they're gonna leave.
Well, I think Ben Johnson last year he only did 1 or 2 interviews and then he just said, "Nah, I'm staying." Aaron Glenn
and he got a raise.
yeah,
last year.
Aaron Glenn kind of the same thing. I think Aaron Glenn maybe got 1 or 2 head coaching interviews last year. Nothing serious, but this year they actually want him in. Being as much injuries as they had on the defensive side of the ball and still kept winning, still kept finding a way to pull it out, I think that makes him look good. So I know he's gone for sure. But I think Ben Johnson, he's going to be harder to pull away than Aaron Glenn because I think him and Dan Campbell are pretty close.
He needs like the biggest contract
Yeah.
ever if
Yes.
they're going to pull him away.
But if he's probably going to leave, dude. He's
I think he's
probably going to leave. More
He's
than
been like
likely
the
gonna
hottest name since like.
leave. And if he's not at the
first
top of the
firing.
list of every team's list, like then the team's doing something wrong. If you're going to take Robert Saleh over a Ben Johnson or a fucking Eddie George over a Ben Johnson, there's something wrong there.
Here's my question: what's his like reputation? Like Ben Johnson is like elite play caller, or is it like culture guy, or both?
I think he's an analytics guy, more like right, like
I don't think it's culture. It's
See, I don't even want.
it's
I
like-
don't
it's
even.
like-
Dan Campbell's the whole culture in that line.
I don't even want him as a Cowboys coach. Then, like,
Yeah.
we need a culture guy. We don't need.
Yeah, no,
an
I
analytics
agree.
guy.
Yeah,
Like-
there's big lights in Dallas, so you do need a guy that's a culture guy like a Deion Sanders or
Yeah.
possibly
you put Dion, head coach, Ben Johnson, OC. Oh, that's
That wouldn't
I
happen.
see. I don't think Ben Johnson would leave for another OC job.
No.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Unless he doesn't get what he's asking for. But the other team we were asking about earlier, like the other head coaches, the one we left out was the Bears. And Scott, I heard they were gonna
too.
interview Eddie George, and I feel like that's such a Chicago Bears thing to do. You got all these,
A running back.
yeah, you got all these coveted head coaching candidates, and you're gonna go to Eddie George, who I'm pretty sure that's his only team that's on. He's on their radar. I don't
Scott-
think anybody else is looking.
That's crazy.
Scott.
I saw this.
They were going to hire him
I
as
saw this.
they were going to hire him as the
Go
DC.
Who the Bears?
Yeah.
Eddie George is the DC.
The defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Running back.
Yeah,
No, that's not true.
That's crazy.
that's
I saw
He's
this
just
funny,
fucking with you.
video.
that's a Bears thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. I saw this funny video about like how women give birth, and it shows like from the like the egg growing up inside the woman to a full baby, and it's like imagine your mom going through this just for you to come out a Bears fan. Putting your mom through this pain just to be a Bears fan.
Right.
I like it.
But same thing, man.
Yeah.
As far as the Bears go, like I hope they hire Eddie George. I hope they hire some guy.
McCarthy.
Yeah.
Give McCarthy in
Give
there.
him
The
McCarthy.
guy he interviewed.
I know.
Yeah. But I don't think he's one of their first options up there on the list
You
goes.
think-
But
you-
then again, LaFleur. I didn't think LaFleur was a
Oh.
very coveted head coaching
There's-
candidate the
there's-
year we hired him. Also.
There's some ones that we forgot about too. The Jaguars.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Jets.
Well, the Jets. I said the Jets. Aaron Glenn is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Aaron Glenn wants the Jets job. He's saying he would like that's his most coveted one. He wants to be the Jets. That's on the top of their list because he played for the Jets, obviously. As far as the Jaguars go, I mean, I could see Ben Johnson going
Nobody.
there. Because if he turned that
way.
place around, then I mean, you got to give it to him because that's
This
where your
is a
career
shit
goes
show.
to die right there.
What if the Cowboys got Peterson?
Dude, imagine Rodgers going to the Vikings
Peterson.
like Favre, full circle.
Oh God, hell no.
What if Ben
Why
Johnson
not?
went to the Vikings too?
He won Super Bowl.
Who?
That's one overrated coach too, O'Connell over there in
KOC.
Minnesota.
He is not overrated.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
crazy.
he's overrated. Look what he did with
Overrated,
Sam
yeah.
Darnold,
Dude.
though, man. Like,
Dude, are you kidding me, Scott?
It's
nah, I don't-
overrated.
I disagree.
How? He just look at what he did with like what he had this
Oh
year.
wait, I hate the Vikings. Yeah, he's overrated.
Oh, yeah.
he's overrated. He's overrated. You're right, Scott. No, I don't think
You
he's
know-
overrated because he basically brought Sam Darnold's career back to life.
Yeah.
Granted, people, I guess not people, but the Rams figured out how to play Sam Darnold. Just put some pressure on his ass, and he's going to start seeing ghosts again. But I mean, he had
I'm not saying
Kirk
he's
Cousins.
terrible, but
Well, I know that.
the people like they had a good team last year and they didn't do anything. They had a good team this year and they didn't do anything.
Well, last year they were
And
their
it's like-
over under was
and-
like
but this
6 to
year-
8 games.
Dude,
They like I don't know. I think they just put him
My
too
cold-
high of a
my
pedestal for me.
my coldest take of the year, at the beginning of the year, I said the Vikings weren't going to win fucking 4 games.
I mean, that's
I did not. I said
that wasn't a
there's
bad
no-
take at that time.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying because they lost Kirk Cousins. I
Yeah.
mean, who's like we say probably a little bit
Hey.
below average quarterback, and they're bringing in Sam Darnold. Had JJ McCarthy not got hurt, you're still looking at a rookie quarterback coming in, and rookies don't do very well or
What's the
fare very well.
situation with that, by the way? Are they moving on from Darnold, or are
That's
they...
the big question now. Like, do they move on from Darnold because of the way he played in this game? How he's just the same old Darnold. We
He lost
protected
He
him.
lost a lot of money in that game.
Yeah. Or
He
do
ain't
we let him go? Let him go sign somewhere else? I mean, you said it the other day, Dustin. You said this. You said that you, as a Cowboys fan, you would take Sam Darnold on the Cowboys. After watching that, would you still take Sam Darnold as a Cowboys? As
Yes.
a Cowboys fan? You would. Okay.
There's no way you would pay Sam Darnold.
I thought you
Dustin.
would change your mind.
You're crazy.
For how much?
No, for like a cheap deal.
No.
He's not going to come for.
There's no,
price.
he's not taking.
He's
a
not
cheap
gonna want a
deal.
cheap
Yeah,
deal.
he's not. No,
Well, he's
Yeah.
not going to. He's
He
not
won
going to.
14 games, dude.
He's not. He's not going to get. I mean, he's going to get like a Baker Mayfield type
That's
of deal.
but that's still not. That's not a small deal. That's still a pretty.
Yeah, and
that's
it's
a pretty
still
good
way
deal.
too much.
It's $40 million, right?
Yeah, but that's a lot of money. I mean,
It's
for Sam Darnold.
and you're still paying Dak.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's I thought you would change him. I thought you would. You would.
No, this
gotta
is
get
the
rid
situation
of
where
Dak.
Dak's gone.
yeah. We would have to trade him away for something.
But
That's what I'm saying.
in defense of like
of
O'Connell
peanuts.
being overrated, like you had Darnold at the Jets, terrible organization as of late. Then he went to the Panthers, terrible organization.
Yeah.
Then he goes to the Vikings, does well, doesn't do great, doesn't do awesome. I would say he did great sometimes. I mean, there was a couple 300-yard, 4-touchdown games.
Was he with the Niners for 1 year as a
Yeah,
backup?
he didn't play,
year-
but he was
last year.
just a backup.
Okay.
But
This is what we should do, right? We need to trade the Jets. What was that guy for Florida State who got towards ACL?
Travis.
Jordan
What's his
Travis.
name again?
Jordan Travis.
Yeah, just trade Dak to the Jets for Jordan Travis.
Well, that's
And we'll just build around him.
you're talking $60 million for a guy that's coming off a torn ACL that's never played.
That tells you how bad Dak Prescott is. I'd rather have a guy
Well, I
who
think-
just tore his
'Cause he
ACL.
learned
I
behind.
think these billionaires
rookie,
running
yeah.
NFL teams would agree with you on that one.
He learned behind Rodgers
Yeah.
for a year, so
Yeah, well, he wasn't even the
He
backup.
learned,
Tyrod Taylor was
Had
the
to smoke
backup.
ayahuasca, sit
Yeah.
in a dark room.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got off track there. But yeah, Lions Commanders, great game by the Commanders. I mean, I don't think anybody gave them a chance to win that game. The Lions moving forward, are they taking a step back next year, or I guess depending on where these coaches go, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles when they made it to their Super Bowl, they lost Steichen and they lost Jonathan. What was Jonathan?
Jonathan.
He's the coach for the Cardinals now.
Oh yeah.
Pew, pew.
Yeah,
Gannon.
and they took a step back that year. They lost in the first round of the playoffs at Tampa Bay. So I expect the Lions to still make the playoffs next year, but I don't think they're going to be like the powerhouse they were this year. And maybe they'll straighten it out in a couple of years coming. But like I said, this was the year for the Lions.
Artie Smith interviewing for head coaches?
He's been rumored for a lot of.
Oh, the
stuff.
Jets were going to interview him, I think. Yeah. Okay. Moving on from that one, the game we just watched earlier, Eagles and the Rams. Eagles-Rams. What do you think, Austin? Eagles-Rams. It pissed me off just watching the Eagles play again. They should have penalized the Eagle for calling that lady a dumb cunt. Ugly dumb cunt. Ugly dumb cunt.
Like 5 times.
Isn't that just a terrible word to call a woman?
A C
cunt?
word. A C word? Yeah. I'm still pissed off at you. Like, oh yeah, let's take the fucking easy road.
Hey, we beat the Eagles. It's all downhill from here, brother.
Give us the 6 seed.
You know what the fact is that it didn't fucking matter.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't matter. Whether we lost or won, the Commanders won. We were going to the Eagles anyway, bruh. So, didn't matter. I was trying to look positive on this thing, okay?
How's that looking positive?
You know what? I hope everybody thinks the way you do that. I predict the outcomes of all playoff matchups. Like, I hope everybody thinks that. No. I said that because that's what was going to happen. All right?
You
The
said
Eagles were going to play the Packers. There was no way around it. And, little poetic, I guess it doesn't matter now, but you even said this. The year we won the Super Bowl, played the Eagles the first game.
We were the 6 seed.
Because there was no 7 seed.
Doesn't matter. We were the 6
Played
seed.
the Eagles the first game of the season.
I'm a
Played the
numbers
Eagles
man.
first
I'm a
round
numbers
of the playoffs.
man.
Okay? We went on to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right? We beat the Eagles in Philadelphia. I think we ride that wave, but it didn't happen. So, nothing we can do about it. Those aren't the same Eagles either.
The Eagles look fucking good.
Yeah.
Eagles and the Commanders.
The only one that doesn't look good is Jalen Hurts, as far as the Eagles go.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't hurt going into the game. He got hurt probably second quarter. But
He's going to cost them the game, dude. The Commanders are going to win.
well, I mean, he did have a 44-yard scamper right there at the beginning of the game for the touchdown. He
I know,
actually
but
looked like the old Jalen Hurts.
that's pre-injury.
Well, what did he do? He just
He's
hyperextended
banged
his
up.
leg, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's banged up.
Well, and he's coming off that concussion.
Yeah.
But the Eagles will play the Commanders there in Philadelphia. Any takeaways from this game? I mean, what can we say about it? Did it go as everybody expected, pretty much?
Jalen Carter dominated
Is
that
a
game. dude.
beast.
Yeah.
That forced fumble.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he was a steal in the draft, too, because he had fallen because I guess the
He got
allegations or something that he had that year. Like, was it about guns or some
He
shit?
shot someone.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had failed in the draft that year.
Really?
It was either about weed or guns. I don't remember what
I
it
think
was.
guns because he missed the draft.
What?
Or
Yeah,
not,
he
he missed the combine, or he did the combine. Had to
Yeah,
go to like
he
court,
had a run in with the laws. All I know.
had to go to court and then came back or some shit like that.
Yeah, wasn't he like in a vehicle that had guns in it or something like that? It was something like
Someone shot someone and he was in the vehicle.
that. Yeah,
They said it wasn't him, but
yeah. No, he that dude has really come into his own.
Picked with the 9th pick.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was supposed to be a
He,
top
like,
3
no-
pick.
number-
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a top. That dude was a monster coming out of Georgia, but he slipped to the Eagles at the 9th pick because I remember during the draft, all the analysts were saying, "Do you take Jalen Carter here and risk the whole, all the allegations and the possible trouble that comes along with it?" But
and then Rosenhaus was like, "I'm not interviewing anyone, not in the top 10."
so anyway, but yeah, the Eagles defense stepped up there. Matthew Stafford, how much time does this guy have left? I mean, clock's ticking on this dude.
Yeah.
This is his 14th, 15th year, I believe. And another person, I wanted to ask you about this guy. What's going on with Cooper Kupp, dude?
Yeah,
What happened to this guy?
Oh, he's
Cardio King, is that what you call him? Cardio King. He actually had a couple catches.
Yeah, but he's not the Triple Crown winner anymore.
No. Number one target there
He's
is
just fallen off. Yeah,
number one target
Puka's
there is now
easily the guy
Puka.
on that team.
Yeah. Let me read you this freaking parlay that I got screwed out of here. All right, so
There's Henry for a touchdown.
I had Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns. Check. Saquon, over 117 yards. Check. Cooper Kupp, over 40 yards. Check. Dallas Goedert, over 3.5 receptions. Check. Last leg. And you know I'm the king
Listen
of
to
the
this.
last leg fuck-ups. All right, last leg was Kenneth Gainwell, over 11.5 yards. This
Oh
guy
my
has one
gosh.
carry for 10 yards. Didn't get the ball the rest of the game. He had that one carry in, I think, the late second quarter. Didn't get him the ball the rest of the whole fucking game. So
That's crazy.
that kind of pissed me off about the Eagles. But hey, whatever. It's all okay because I'm about to win a parlay right here, aren't we? Aren't we all gonna win it right here?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry touchdown.
The Eagles are the Eagles the favorite now, and going into this game?
Nope. Give me
Or
the
you
bill.
think the Commanders?
Oh,
I'm talking about the NFC.
Yeah, they're 4.5-point favorites.
I know, but do you think the Commanders? If the Commanders play like they did yesterday against the Eagles, I think they can beat them. So,
The Eagles?
are y'all more leaning toward the Commanders with this hot streak, or more toward the Eagles?
Eagles. The Eagles got
Commanders.
the Eagles got a lot better defense, man.
I don't know if I'm leaning towards Commanders just because the Eagles beat the Packers. I don't know if that's just some kind of vendetta I have now with the Eagles, but I'm leaning towards Commanders also.
I'd rather see the Commanders win personally.
No, I'm leaning toward the Commanders too.
I'm not betting against Magic.
Matt, well then, what are you taking the
You act
Commanders
like-
in?
Commanders.
Oh, I thought you said the Eagles.
No.
So
They already beat them, Dustin.
yeah,
And they
Like,
also
they're-
lost to them.
they split the
They split.
regular season.
Yeah,
But they won the more recent game. They won.
yeah.
No, I'm gonna bet Commanders. I'm gonna go Commanders. I'm gonna take them on the money line. Fuck it. If you would have taken the money line last night against the Lions, I think they were plus like a 350, I believe. So skipped out on that one.
What's the live money line of this game right now?
There's probably not much of a difference. I bet the Ravens are like a plus 160 or something like that. They just missed a 2-point conversion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The AFC, the winner of this game. Do y'all agree the winner of this game is going to take the Chiefs out?
History says yes.
History.
Yeah,
It does.
I know, but you're going off a
hasn't-
three-peat.
It hasn't happened.
How many teams have gone for a three-peat in history?
The Patriots.
What? A ton of them.
Patriots.
I don't think so.
The Cowboys
The Rams.
lost. Oh, they put a list of
Cowboys.
a shitload of teams that number one they didn't even make the playoffs after going for the.
Okay, but if you're talking about three-peats in recent memory, let's not talk about the 60s, 70s. But
no, the
you
entire
have-
NFL.
you have the Cowboys and you have the Patriots, I believe. And then now the Chiefs. That's 3 teams.
Yeah,
3 teams in the 59 Super Bowls. So
it's more than that. I'll show you.
But the history I'm talking about is history has shown that the Chiefs beat the Ravens and the Bills every time they play. So
Every
I don't think
fucking
history
time.
is on their side when it comes
I
to
disagree.
history.
No, they're not the same. Yeah, the Bills are going to beat them this year.
Yeah. No, I hope so. I think I was reading them a stat earlier that it showed the Chiefs averaged the least amount of points for in NFL history. I think it's like 20, 25, 24 for a team with 15 wins. And the time of possession isn't there. The yards, same thing with the turnovers that you are mentioning. And the Bills already beat the Chiefs this year, I believe. But I mean that's a regular season. I know Mahomes in the playoffs, a different story. He's going to get more calls from the refs and everything. So
Here it is. Here are the 9 teams who have had a chance to three-peat as Super Bowl champions and their final result. The 1968 Packers
we're not talking about the 60s. The recent memory.
missed playoffs. The 1974 Dolphins.
Vince Lombardi left that year. That's why we missed it.
1974
Yeah, that's a curse.
Dolphins lost in the divisional rounds. The 76 Steelers lost in the AFC Championship. The 80 Steelers missed the playoffs. The 1990 49ers lost in the NFC Championship. The Cowboys in 1994 lost in the NFC Championship. The Broncos in 99 missed the playoffs. The Patriots in 2005 lost in the divisional round, and now it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, 3 teams since the 90s.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Since the 90s, though.
Oh yeah. No, 4 since the 90s.
Okay.
Niners.
I forgot about the Broncos. I forgot that the
Yeah.
Broncos won 2 in a row.
Yeah, but
But Elway retired that
John-
year
yeah,
after
frickin-
they won. So I mean, I don't think that should count.
That stupid fucking
Same
spin.
thing with Montana. Didn't Montana retire or get traded that next year?
Maybe.
Yeah. And then the whole Vince Lombardi thing. I know Vince Lombardi left in '68 to go coach the Giants, I believe, when he left Green Bay. But yeah,
But I've seen this team lose 4 Super Bowls in a row too.
yeah, that did happen.
I don't.
4 falls of Buffalo.
Yeah. We're gonna be throwing all these random stats out.
I do think, like, it's their time. One of these teams, it's
They
like
have
it's their due. Obviously,
No. Ravens
I wish this would have been the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
The Ravens.
Why?
Ravens already got a Super Bowl.
somebody's got to take down the Chiefs. That's what I want.
Well,
Yes.
no, I mean,
Yeah,
one of
get
them would have
the
taken him
Chiefs
down.
out of there.
Yeah,
But
one of them
I
would
wouldn't
have
mind
taken
if the Chiefs made it back to the Super Bowl. To be honest, I don't
Why?
care. I don't care. But I mean, it'd be cool to see the Ravens or the Bills there. But
him down. No, I think. I thought my pick from the beginning has been the Ravens, but I mean they still got to get past these guys. But the winner of this game, I think the winner of this game wins the Super Bowl ultimately. And from what it looks like, everybody's with the favorite with the lines and everything. It's going to be the Eagles playing one of these guys. But
Eagles, Bills.
what do
burns me. That's the
let's say the Bills win? What are they going to have to do to beat the Chiefs? What will they have to do?
Just played the freaking game.
Same thing they
Yeah,
did in the
same
regular
thing.
season.
Keep
They're
Mahomes
li-
off the field.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
fucking just
They're literally better in everything.
don't touch Patrick
Except-
Mahomes the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The
rest.
only thing the Chiefs have better are a coach, maybe D line, and arguably quarterback. Everything else, the Bills are better.
arguably quarterback.
Yeah, just because Josh Allen's playing lights out this year.
Yeah,
He's
that's
playing
true.
better than Mahomes.
Yeah, not overall, just this year.
But
This year,
body,
I agree.
yeah, exactly. Body of work,
You see that hair?
Mahomes. But this
You see that
year,
hair flowing? He's got it,
dude,
man.
why Josh Allen go to Wyoming? Why wasn't he freaking
Because
like
that was his
at a
only
power
offer.
school?
Yeah,
That was his
nobody's-
only offer, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Was he like?
Well, even in college, like his numbers weren't that good. He threw a shitload of picks.
Yeah, he was a good size, like
Got a big body,
your
yeah.
NFL quarterback size is what
Typical.
what they looked at.
Yeah.
And he needed a lot of work coming in the NFL, from what I heard too.
Yeah, he did.
He's like changed completely. Me and Austin saw him play his rookie year, and gosh, he was terrible.
He was horrible.
Yeah, we went to Green Bay Buffalo. I think Green Bay being what, it was like 32-0 or 23-0, something around there.
He was a project, that's for sure.
Um,
Maybe there's a guy this year like it's like a project like that we don't like know about right now that emerges in like this whole process in the off season. Like
Caleb Williams, dude,
kinda like-
once in a generation.
Trey Lance?
no, somebody that emerges like how Josh Allen did.
JJ McCarthy.
No.
Who would that?
Drake-
Who would be that guy?
Drake May. Duh.
No. I'm talking about like for this year's draft class.
Oh.
Who would be that guy?
Okay, I just got a notification.
I mean, Drake May wasn't Drake May in this
O'Rourke,
year's
maybe?
draft? Oh,
Las Vegas Raiders expected to make big push to land Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson. Yeah.
Huh.
He talked to Tom Brady. I thought.
Yeah, that could be the deciding factor. I mean, if Tom Brady comes to you personally and wants you to play for him, that could probably pull Ben Johnson away from Dan Campbell. What about Cliff Kingsbury? Let's talk Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh,
real
speaking
quick.
of that, I forgot to mention that he's now apparently on the Cowboys list.
Well, I'm
also.
kind of on the fence now about Cliff Kingsbury because I know Jaden Daniels is like a freak athlete. He probably didn't need much coaching, but I mean, you got to give it to the guy, right? I mean, what he's done with this offense.
No.
They had the same offense last year, just didn't have a quarterback. I mean, did Jaden Daniels really make that big of a difference?
He's a good
He
coordinator.
should stay there.
He's a good
He should
coordinator, not a good
stay
head
in
coach.
Washington.
He's like Wade Phillips. He's a bad head coach and a good coordinator.
He's like Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good.
I do think, like, given the right situation, he could probably succeed. But if he goes to like a Jacksonville or like a Vegas, like he's just gonna have to start all over again. He's gonna do shitty, have to go back down to college, work his way up, And he's run into some strings of luck as of late because what was it? Arizona had a losing record. Texas Tech had a losing record, and he's still getting hired. This Cliff Kingsbury guy.
Yeah, 28, 38, and 1 in the NFL. That was his record. 35 and 40 in college. with Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback.
35 and 40.
Yeah, that was his
35
record in
and
college.
Yeah.
I was shocked whenever the Cardinals hired him.
That was a
Pretty good record or what?
no. That's actually a surprise. It's like what the.
35
What are
and
they
40
doing?
is not very good.
What do you do at USC?
I think teams
0
are.
and 0.
Yeah, teams
What
are.
about Pete Carroll? Why don't someone hire Pete
Well,
That's
Carroll?
that's a good one.
The Bears
That's a
were
good
looking
one.
into Pete Carroll.
Bears
I thought.
interviewed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Bears interviewed everyone.
Everybody.
They interviewed me yesterday.
Yeah, when we saw Eddie
The
George,
Bears are
like, we
gonna
were like,
hire, who's the
I
USC
can't believe you
head
even
coach?
took that interview, you sorry motherfucker.
They're gonna hire Venable.
All right, Deion Cowboys interview is unlikely, is what it's saying here.
Huh.
Unlikely. Only job that's been filled is the Jets job, correct?
No.
No.
What other jobs been filled?
I don't think any of them
No,
have.
I
Besides
mean, no, the Patriots is what
Oh,
I
yeah,
meant.
Patriots.
The Patriots.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said the Jets. I meant the Patriots.
Yeah, I was gonna say who the Jets hire.
Yeah, but supposedly Aaron Glenn is the Tennessee State is where Eddie
I don't
George
know.
coaches.
How long do you think this? You said the Lions have been playing with their second string. I feel like they gave up 30 points like a lot the last couple weeks of the season.
It's been it's been like slowly throughout the year they lose like
Like
another
who
player.
when
When
they
did
play
Hutch?
Packers,
Yeah, when did Hutch go out?
week
Hutch went out
16
against
or
the
15?
Cowboys in
Yeah.
week 8, I think,
Yeah.
week 7.
So
Yeah.
after,
then
after that,
and then his the guy they brought in for him
Jeff
got hurt too.
Okuda, he's out also. I believe they're starting corner.
Bro,
The other starting corner went out too.
Yeah, no, I know they're down 2 starting corners.
yeah.
Kirby Joseph, I think, is like one of the
Next
only
man
starters
up.
in the secondary that's been there all year. The dirty player is what they call him.
Yeah,
But
he is kind of dirty.
they were giving up points this year. The Lions were, but I mean they were scoring points too. Wasn't there a stretch of
Yeah.
games where they outscored teams like 200 to
Yeah.
like 20 something?
but Amon-Ra can't fucking score a touchdown.
Yeah, the Bears are interviewing Marcus Freeman also, the Notre Dame head coach. So they must be looking.
That's like confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're he's a target.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they're going to give him
That's
an
what I
interview,
told
but
you.
maybe after the national
Like
championship.
earlier, you
Yeah.
said Ryan Day. I think they're going to look at him.
Yeah, and then they tried to trade they reached out to the Steelers about a possible trade from Mike Tomlin, but the Steelers weren't having that. Mike Tomlin's not going anywhere. I mean, he's going to leave on his own terms, just like Cowher did. So,
Tomlin's still
I don't
young,
know
right?
about Day, dude.
what do y'all
It's like
think is
he's
the
got-
toughest job?
What
Cowboys.
job?
The Jaguars.
The toughest job, like not as far as like entertainment or media wise, but like the toughest as far as
That
the
are open
rebuild
right now.
the
Your
rebuild.
roster.
I think it's the
The
Jets job.
Jaguars.
I think it's probably the Jaguars.
Yeah, I think-
Saints.
I would think the Jets are up there too, because
The Jets,
if
yeah.
Rodgers is leaving, I mean, what else do you have on offense? If
You have two badass freaking running
I know,
backs.
but is Adams going to stay?
No,
if
you have
Rodgers
two badass
leaves?
running backs. You have Garrett
No, he's
Wilson.
leaving.
At
You have
least-
a badass defense.
I will say this with the Jets: at least you have an opportunity to draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
If Rodgers leaves.
You don't need all the other
And
positions.
I know said to take out the whole media thing, you have the whole New York media also on your ass too. So
And you have Woody Johnson, who lets his
I guess you
son
can't take out the media whole aspect of it
pick
too.
That's what I'm saying.
players based off Madden ratings.
Didn't aren't the Bears keeping their GM? Brian Poles is staying.
Yeah.
That's got me too. Like why are they keeping the guy? He's been there 4 years now. They've had a top 10 pick. What, the last 5 years? 4 years? Somewhere around there.
Well, how have those?
The
picks-
blind
how have
leading
those
the
picks
blind
gone?
over there.
Well, the offensive lineman that they took in the first round actually turned out to be pretty good. I'm not totally out on Caleb Williams. I think he will eventually be a top 10 quarterback eventually. But
I mean, look at
who
the Raiders. They fired Telesco as the GM.
after 1
He
year.
freaking drafted Brock Bowers.
yeah,
Like he gets good guys, but they fired. I guess because they just wanted a fresh start on head coach GM. But
yeah, the Raiders are all about taking the best player available.
I do think that when we look at in like 5 to 10 years down the road, it's going to come out that Caleb Williams will be the first openly gay starting.
Hot fucking take.
This just went south.
No, I'm just being honest.
Hey, tell me what else is on your mind, kid.
Well, you were talking about Caleb Williams.
Who's the guy in the NBA who does the TikToks? They're going to be a couple.
Jared McCain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who paints their
That'd be
fingernails?
crazy. Oh my gosh.
He's gonna be the first one. I'm
No,
telling you.
but he's one of those Generation X kids, you know,
Yeah.
like
Who
a
else
Gen
paints
That's
their
a
X.
good take,
fingernails?
though.
Clip it, dude.
Man, I don't know,
Clip
dude.
this right now.
That's
I want to see this in 5 years.
that came out of left field there. Like I was enjoying this football talk. We were football guys there for a second. Now it's like we're fucking TMZ or something.
Just saying.
Okay.
He might be good, but I think he's gonna be gay.
You know how I know you're gay?
Oh God.
Because you're gay and you can tell when other people are gay.
Your gaydar doesn't go off on that guy?
I don't have one.
You don't have a
I have a
gaydar?
gaydar. No, I don't.
Everybody has a gaydar.
Yeah.
Some are bigger than others, apparently. I mean,
Scott, does your gaydar not go off on that guy?
No comment.
Oh, okay.
James, yeah, all the time.
I'm comfortable with my sexuality. There is as far as free agent quarterbacks, the Jets are looking at Justin Fields for next year.
Not bad.
No, not
If they
bad.
get him for cheap, that's a good, not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's and they're saying that he could possibly fit in there.
Is Wilson gonna leave, or
They have to re-sign Wilson.
for a bunch of money?
Yeah, because the
No,
Steelers with
yeah.
Tomlin, they want to win now, and if let's say if Wilson was to walk and you looked at the free agents available, probably the best free agent available would still be Russell Wilson. As far as
I think
quarterbacks,
he'll take a deal too. Like Wilson's not about the money.
yeah, no, I don't know.
He'll give him a hometown or a discount.
uh,
We're still getting paid from the Seahawks.
yeah, Kellen Moore
Or
has
the
already
Broncos.
Kellen Moore has already interviewed, correct?
Yeah, he had a Zoom interview with the Cowboys.
And the Bears and the Jaguars are looking to hire the Ravens OC Munkin. Is that his name?
Todd Monken.
Todd Munkin.
He's a good coach, man.
From what I'm seeing here is everybody's convinced that the Vikings should move on from Sam Darnold. Oh, the Ravens are bringing back Deontay Johnson.
Yeah. What a joke.
Wait, what?
That guy, what happened to that guy? Like he was
Dude,
a
that
good
was
receiver.
weird.
He was
Yeah.
good in Pittsburgh, but then he started complaining.
I know what happened. I picked him up in fantasy. That's why he started
you go.
sucking.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to
I thought
say
you
he
were
started
saying
hanging out
you
with
coached
Caleb
him.
Williams.
No.
He started making
I
out.
thought you were saying you coached him. That's why he started dropping so many balls.
Godly. All right.
Yeah, that was a real hot take. Man, that was a bombshell.
Let's predictions. National championship tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow night. National championship. The Ohio State Buckeyes, who are the favorite. I believe they're a touchdown favorite.
Let's see here.
Give me 2 touchdowns.
Ohio State and Notre Dame. Chip Kelly and Ryan Day against Marcus Freeman. What a slay! It would be a badass slay in the Giant story if Marcus Freeman could pull this
I
out
know.
somehow. It'd be a great story. So who wins that game, Austin?
Ohio State, but actually give me Notre Dame to cover.
8.5 point favorites.
Give me Notre Dame to cover.
Yeah. So I think it opened at 7. Now it's 8. I'm showing 8. You're showing 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, dude, I'm gonna take Notre Dame too.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Just go for the underdog. I don't want it to be a
Wow.
shitty national championship. Like I want it to be a good one.
I hope it is too, but I think it's gonna be shitty.
We need to try to
Ohio
figure
State
out
is so good, dude.
Yeah, and
and
they are very good.
Notre Dame's banged up.
what is the
I
trend
want
as
them to
far
win
as
so bad.
recent national championships. Has the underdogs covered in the recent national championships, or it's been blowouts?
Who was last year?
Last year was Michigan and Washington.
That was
Blowout.
It was they
and
covered.
TCU.
blowout.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the playoff. That was the semis. But the year before, it was
TCU.
Georgia and
TCU. It was a blowout.
TCU and
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, the year. Okay, not last year. Year before. Okay, and then the year before that was the
Georgia, Bama.
Georgia and
That was a good game.
it was Georgia Ohio
Yeah.
State or Georgia Bama.
Georgia, Bama.
Oh yeah, Georgia beat Ohio State to go to that. Yeah, that was when C.J. Stroud was a quarterback.
Yeah, that was a pretty good
So
game.
history shows it's been blowouts as recent. So possibly the best pick is probably to take Ohio State -8. I think Ohio State has way too much speed for him.
I think so too.
I think that's going to be the damn deciding factor. Is they're way more athletic. Notre Dame's very disciplined. They're good up front. Would you say Notre Dame is a better running back than Ohio State? I think Love's better than.
Oh, Love is good.
Yeah.
That two-headed monster they got. Well, they both got two good duo of backs.
Yeah.
Was it Love and what's the other guy's name? The big back they bring in. He's
I
good.
remember, I just know of Love, but
And then
they're gonna have to win the time of possession and hold on to the ball, make some long drives in order to beat Ohio State to keep the ball out of their hands. As far as defense goes, I think Notre Dame's defense is up there with Ohio State's defense, but
it is.
I think
they're just way more athletic. Ohio State is, so
Yeah.
if they can put together some long drives, no turnovers, they can make it a game.
They're gonna have to make them turn it over too. They're gonna have to get force some turnovers out of Ohio State.
Will Howard, he can turn the ball over.
That's very true.
He can turn the ball over. So,
I changed my pick. I'm going Notre Dame. Money
Yeah.
line.
Notre Dame money line.
30-26.
I don't think if Notre Dame wins, it's not going to be that high of a scoring game. I think it's going to be like a 21-13 or 21-17. I think Ohio State wins 31-17.
I just put in a bet right now. Ohio State -8.
Yeah, might better take that. We're all talking Notre Dame could possibly win. We're all over here taking. I'm just saying keys to victory. Keys to victory is what
sure.
that is.
Will Howard.
I bet in 5 years, Will Howard's going to come out as gay. With Caleb Williams.
Name me another player that you know paints his nails.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that.
You,
Oh, fumble!
it's like no.
Y'all just fucked up.
Way to go, Mark Andrews.
No,
Damn, they were driving for the game-winning touchdown too.
dude.
Did he catch a ball pass or what?
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
catched
caught
it
it.
and he dropped it.
Hey,
Oh,
Mark Andrews 2 receptions.
does he still get a reception for
Yes,
that?
he does.
Yeah, that's a fumble.
I hope so.
Good, I needed that.
I know, me too.
Or yes,
Oh yeah, that's,
Oh, yeah.
that's definitely a fumble. What a play though. What a play.
Peanut punch.
Yeah. So we're gonna have Bills and Chiefs possible. Well, the game's not over yet.
it's over, dude. It's over.
Josh Allen in it.
No, they could
Dude,
hold him to a field
Ever
goal.
since he got freaking engaged, dude, he's a new man.
Who? Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That
got
hot
the
piece of ass.
Whoa, whoa,
That's his
dude.
wife you're talking
Whoa.
about.
Sorry, guys. It's been a long time for this guy. Been a long time.
Yeah, I just watched it on TV.
Yeah, you got him at a garage sale, right?
Like $1.
No, Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
I think she said her husband passed away, and he said, "Don't sell him. Don't give him to any Packers fans."
That's where my freaking house is
And I
haunted.
said,
Right
"I'm not. Trust me, lady,
Yeah, we
I'm
just
not."
came across the Eagles fucking pin it also. Hey, Scott, we didn't ask you
I
who's.
thought I have one there. I threw it on the ground.
Well, you
I
do.
threw
Right?
it
That's
down.
what cursed us. That's why we lost. Who do you think the Cowboys are going to hire?
Dion.
Think about it. Think about it.
I thought they were going to throw a ball.
I hope they get Ben Johnson, but if they don't, I bet they'll get like freaking
Robert
golly,
Saleh.
let me look at his name. No, he's like a white guy. Kellen Moore.
Kellen
I
Moore.
bet
Yeah.
you anything they'll hire Kellen Moore.
Well, I mean, he played for Jerry. He coached for Jerry. Jerry knows
I
him.
know.
Maybe Jerry can control him.
He's exactly.
Control who?
Kellen Moore. And maybe that's why he's one of the top candidates to get the Cowboys job. They haven't said who they've narrowed it down to, have they?
No.
Oh, they probably won't say that for a while. It seems like.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want your guy to get in there as soon as possible?
Yeah, but what if he's one of these coaches? What if he's the Lions guy? He's got to wait. Maybe the next month.
What if they hire Cliff Kingsbury?
Nah, I hope he stays in. He's got to stay, dude. There doesn't make zero sense for
No,
him to
I was
leave.
telling Dustin, I don't think they're gonna hire like one of those young, one of those young coaches. I don't think they're gonna do that because they have a whole different mindset. These younger coaches, I don't think they're gonna put up with Jerry's shit. Like I don't think they're gonna fold over to Jerry. They're gonna want to do things their way. He's gonna want a guy that's been there, a friend of his. Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the more Kellen Moore makes sense.
I really hope that doesn't happen. If
I don't know.
But why interview him in the first place? Like it didn't work out. It didn't work out the first time.
Well, it didn't work out for Mike McCarthy.
Well, I mean,
That's what Jerry's probably
it
thinking.
didn't work out for either of them, obviously. So
He had a good. The offense had points or put up yards. It was just like struggled in the red zone, and he just wanted to throw the ball every fucking down.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe he throws him under the bus. Maybe he says, Listen, I was look at our. We're doing good with me, but freaking Big Mike, he's a screw up.
Do we got any thoughts of any? Do we have any thoughts on the FS1 controversy going on right now?
Oh, yeah,
From what I understand, Joy Taylor's
Taylor.
going on with their life like nothing.
Is this recorded right now or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say something.
You know
I
what?
don't-
The
Why can't
same
you
thing
say
that
it?
I heard
We can
about with
talk about
Austin.
them.
I heard Austin was sleeping around with Dustin,
Oh
and that's
shit.
how he got on. And that's how Dustin got on the podcast.
Austin smoking a cigarette right now, thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Joy Taylor's was. She's finding every person possible to move up, in my opinion.
Do you think everybody's saying because Shannon Sharp wasn't listed in the whole lawsuit or whatever it was, but some are saying Shannon smashed it a long time ago.
Shannon wasn't listed because he was the one that helped go after those people.
Oh really?
In my opinion, him and who was the other one?
Skip.
Colin Cowherd. Like out of nowhere, all it says is Colin Cowherd was just a great guy. Like they're not even talking about him, and all it says is Colin Cowherd was a great guy, and he never said anything to me. You see what I mean by that?
What's the over under? Like how many dudes do y'all think she? Okay, so the whole story was she started smashing like one of the main directors
Executives.
of the network. Yeah, and then I guess Emmanuel Acho's the big name as far as in the sports world
Yeah.
that she started
Dating. Yeah.
going after. And all I see now is like when you type Joy Taylor in FS1, it just shows like clips of them looking at each other in weird ways. And, they're trying to
I
make
can't
it more than
stand
what it is.
Acho.
Yeah, I don't like him either. But did y'all hear Jason Whitlock's take on it?
Yeah, that's
Dude,
what I
he was
listened to. It was funny as shit.
He was like, I saw that big rack and that peanut butter skin, and I know what I'm capable of. And everybody's like, boy, your fat ass can't even find your fucking dick. You know what you're capable of. Yeah, that was pretty rough. Him saying that, acting like he's some badass. You know what I mean? But yeah, so she's still there. She's still doing her show. The lawsuit's pending.
Did she
I
even
believe.
address it?
No, she didn't come out with a statement or
No.
anything. Like she's just going about her life. And
She's not part of technically the lawsuit. She's just like they.
well, that's something
complained
that
about
came
her.
out.
Yeah.
Like when the lawsuit came out, because
Yeah.
that's
Correct.
just something that
It
was
was
mentioned. I guess.
yes, correct.
And nobody's complaining about that. She wants to smash Emmanuel Acho, whatever. She has a man though, and she's doing that. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a whole scandalous thing, because adultery is illegal.
The big
But there's no real
Yeah.
punishment for it, I guess.
they're coming after Skip Bayless is the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. Fucking,
Yeah.
and I fucking hate Skip Bayless too. I hate him with a passion, and that tells me like that doesn't surprise me that dude is such a scumbag. Like it does not surprise me that he would do something like that.
If he did it, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no,
Allegedly.
okay. Well, Skip Bayless, he's married to a mail-ordered bride. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not.
I wouldn't doubt it.
His wife is like from another country in that area, or you can get Russian mail order brides. And you can look at this girl and say that he fucking found her in a brochure in some kind of
Jander's
catalog.
gonna get sued next by Skip Bayless
Oh,
for saying that.
go ahead. He can come after me if he wants to, but
What's the website?
I don't know. Ask Skip
Go on for
Bayless.
Austin.
Austin's looking for somebody.
So
Austin needs one from the Philippines, I think.
his wife wrote a book like about him, like Married to Football, I think what it's called. Like basically like how her husband's never home and football comes first over her. And she came on the show him and Shannon.
Not on him.
Yeah, she came on the show that him and Shannon did. What was it called? Undisputed.
Undisputed.
And
Yeah.
she basically like said everything the thing was about, and she said she understands that she's not first, that football's first, and you know the sports world's first because that means
Oh, yeah.
more to Skip than anything. And that right there told me like these two fucking they're not in love. Like he paid for her. Like he's
Hey, does your wife know that?
or no what?
That football comes first?
I've never said it, but I think she knows. Okay.
Skip, you never seen that deal? Like Skip Bayless straight up came out like years ago and was like, I told my wife like my job comes first,
Yeah, no.
you're second.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like I think he's married for the whole for the whole publicity of it, to have a face to show up to all these fucking company parties with, like,
Yeah.
you know. And,
We
and
might not have taken her to all of them.
I want somebody to do some digging on that to see if she actually is like a mail ordered bride.
It
Because
tells
she
women that you're not a serial killer and your dick still works. That's why you wanted to be married.
or that you're not gay.
True.
Yeah, true.
Caleb
I heard
Wills-
Skip.
Caleb Wills isn't married.
I maybe after this show, fucking Skip's gonna offer Caleb Williams $1.5 million to fucking get with him. But those are like the juiciest things, right? She was some kind of hairdresser, I believe, and
Yep.
and I want to know how that conversation went. Like, is she sitting there doing his hair, and he's just like, 500 grand? No, $1 million. 1.5, and she's like, oh, okay.
Or is it like
Oh,
There's no way, dude. There's
500
no
grand?
way.
500 grand. I'm gonna report you. Like, all
Yeah,
right, maybe
I
a
think
million.
if she would have, if the amount was lower, I would have believed it. But 1.5 billion, dude, ain't no way.
dude, what are you
A
saying? Skip don't
hairdresser,
have that kind
a
of cheese or what?
hairdresser? No, I'm telling you, ain't offering no hairdresser 1.5 million.
That's true.
I mean, Joy Taylor did it for free.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Yeah.
and she's probably better looking than the hairdresser.
And you know what you said earlier, Joy Taylor hasn't made a statement. She hasn't come out and denied any of it either. So, I mean,
Because it's true.
yeah. I mean, if they're both single, who cares? Who cares that they're fucking getting
Yeah.
it in?
Yeah. What's the whole like situation?
Well,
just 'cause she slept her way to the top.
When
Yes, right.
this lady filed a
Yeah.
lawsuit about Skip Bayless and, like, I guess, mistreatment at FS1. Well, when that all came out, I guess when she was interviewed, like, they asked if anything else went on there, and she probably said, well, I know Joy Taylor's been with, so-and-so, and she worked her way up to the top, because there was a point where Joy Taylor, like, in a span of 3 years, she was on, like, 4 different shows,
Yeah.
and, like, slowly got her own show with this, what is it called? The new
With
one?
Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah, what's it
Speak
called?
for yourself.
Yeah, Speak for Yourself. And Jason Whitlock used to be on that show, I believe.
He was.
Yeah, and
He didn't want her on the show. He said that on his deal about it.
because
He
he
was
didn't
like,
trust himself. He knew he was gonna knock that shit out the park.
"Man, that
The
peanut butter
skin,
that
baby.
peanut butter skin.
That big rack and that peanut butter skin.
Yeah, that's what Austin said that about Dustin. He said, "I got to get that pasty white skin on the podcast."
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Gee.
I've never heard that before though. Peanut butter skin. Like, huh? It's pretty good.
Well, I knew we couldn't go on the show without Scott saying a gay joke. Knew we couldn't do it.
Well, Dustin brought it up, so
It wasn't a joke. It was a
yeah, it's
proclamation.
a fact.
No, he's
It was a
he's
fact.
he's making a hot take right there.
That's right. You watch
proclamation of 2025.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be picked up by
by
TMZ.
2030.
TMZ.
By 2030, it's gonna come out.
He's gonna have his own reality show, Gay in Football. Or what could a funny name be that he could call it? The other side, behind the scenes, or behind the cup?
Under the cup.
Under the cup, yeah. But no, that was something we didn't talk about, the whole FS1 thing. I think that kind of happened right after our last show.
It did.
But it was, did it surprise you? I mean,
It was surprising.
Scott, you're saying you don't believe it, right?
Believe what?
That's
The
good.
Joy Taylor?
Yeah, that Skip Bayless didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I probably believe it. I just don't believe the 1.5 million.
It was
That's
probably
what I don't
more. Watch
believe.
it be more. Skip offered like $3 million for it.
Oh,
Skip
my
Skip doesn't
God.
have a show right now, right? He's just
No, he's a
he's
free
just a
agent.
Twitter personality
He
pretty
does,
much at this point.
The podcast or whatever.
Yeah. The only other thing I guess they said Joy Taylor did that was like apparently like unprofessional was that chick like approached her and was like, "Hey, this executive or whatever like grabbed my ass," like, and she was like, "Get over it." That's all she told her. Like that was like the harshest thing she claimed Joy Taylor was like to her.
That's a hell of a wingman right there, Joy Taylor. I don't know if people know this, but Joy Taylor is the sister of Jason Taylor, the badass defensive end for the Dolphins back in the day. Supposedly, Jason Taylor, he quit football because he wanted to become an actor, and I don't think he's ever been in anything else. Oh, is he going to try pitch? Oh, dude, if they score here, it's over.
Well,
Oh, they're going to kick a field goal. It's going to come down. Lamar, he's got to cement himself right here.
7, 8 points.
I do got some college basketball picks for tomorrow,
Ooh,
if y'all are interested
okay.
in them.
Yeah, you've been hitting lately, right?
Yeah, I have.
See the new top 25. I'm kind of curious.
You know what? I'll post them on Twitter.
You see the SEC is like dominating,
Oh, wait.
I
Sorry.
did see that.
like still.
I've been the conferences that I'm gonna follow this year, as far as like betting on these things, is the Horizon League. I've been watching the Horizon League real close, and the MAAC.
The MAC.
Yeah, it's got those Quinnipiac, Marist, those type of teams. And I've done pretty good with the Horizon League as far as it goes. The Horizon has like Green Bay and Cleveland State, Youngstown State, those type of teams, and all these games are on ESPN. The Horizon League games are Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. They're all on TV. So tomorrow, there's no. I don't think there's any games as far as those go. But on those days, I'm gonna come up with picks on those every day, and I'm gonna see how good I do throughout the season. But have y'all been looking up any college basketball?
I've watched very briefly. And I just kind
Oh,
of.
we forgot. Happy birthday to Mr. Martin Luther King.
There we go, baby.
I'm sure he's just so happy. If he was still alive, he'd be happy that Trump's the president of the United States.
On his
Hey, right
birthday.
here. Future looks bright.
Yeah, that's Dustin said earlier. That's what his dream was about. Trump being the president. That's what
I said he's gonna be rolling over his grave.
maybe not. But tomorrow, my picks for tomorrow. Let me see. I had them written down in here.
Yeah, you're right, Austin. Auburn's the number 1 now.
You got Auburn,
Alabama's 4. Florida's 5. Tennessee 6.
I just have two. Do y'all want them or not?
Yeah,
Sure.
It's just Rutgers plus 6.5 at Penn State tomorrow.
I'm putting these in. Hang on. Oh, actually, yeah. Go ahead. Rutgers plus 6.5.
Rutgers plus 6.5.
Okay.
And then when you have to find these, you may have to go to like the extra events. But these are
These on our book, or is this on?
they're on the book.
Okay.
What book? We don't have no book.
I wrote a book.
Yeah.
Read it. Yeah, how's that McCarthy book coming along?
It's great reading
He
material.
hasn't even opened it, I bet.
Rutgers plus 6.5. I found that one. Next.
He threw it out on his way home.
Yeah. This one right here, like this one's on CBS Sports tomorrow. You can actually watch it, but I was gonna buy this one down to 5 points. It's 5.5 right now, but it's UNC Wilmington to cover 5 at home against William and Mary. They're very good at home, UNC Wilmington. Last time I checked.
Hey, Scott. Scott, you there?
Yeah,
What's Sportsline say?
that game's probably not even on there. I can't even find it in there.
I just was wondering what Sportsline's saying.
God, he's calling you out, dude.
James is the one who said.
Nah,
Don't
don't hate on me. Dude, look at it. I give
That's
this
what
guy a
you
winner.
said.
I win him some money.
You said,
No,
I'm just saying the
no,
facts.
here's what. I'll tell you the facts.
You said I saw it on 2 different sites.
I did, and those sites agreed with what my prediction was. So
How do I know that you said it
well,
before
you
the
didn't
sites?
ask me. You just used me to try to make yourself money.
Listen,
That's all right.
William, what do you think? What was the second one you said?
William H.
Oh,
Mary.
William and Mary.
Yeah. Good school.
Let's
I applied
see.
there.
The
They-
public is on the Wilmington side, or
Yes.
the Sam,
That's-
56%,
Yeah,
53%.
I think UNC Wilmington wins the.
This is like
wins the game.
They're playing in the middle of the day, by the way.
Yeah, they're
It's
playing.
like
at
a
me.
MLK Day special thing.
But
Damn.
my main lock. I don't even want to tell y'all because I don't want it to be wrong. Because
Oh, and
these are some bullshit schools too.
All the HBCUs are playing, or a lot of them.
Ooh.
Makes sense.
On MLK Day.
No, for real, it's like a
I know-
special.
I know.
Why's that funny, Austin?
Because we get the day off and they have to freaking go to work.
Are you gonna go marching?
Jesus, Austin.
Did you just say that?
God bless.
I'll have to edit that out.
Who's they, Austin?
HBCU schools.
Blacks is what you're
No,
saying.
HBCU schools.
Yeah,
You're
those
making
are
it worse.
Those are black schools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
I didn't know
gosh.
that.
What
What do you think HBCU
Hey.
meant then, Austin?
Hey,
Hybrid.
James, by the way, where'd you get these picks from? Just out of curiosity.
Off of CBS Sports. I looked at the games every day, and I look at them, look at their stats, look at their what I go off of on these games, like in these like smaller conferences. I look at like turnovers, who turns the ball over more, and points off of fast breaks. That's what I look mostly on to try to predict these, and then I see who's like usually if it's a close spread on these, and their records are possibly close, like I'll usually take the home team. because there's no powerhouses when it comes to these type of teams. Once in a while, there'll be a team that wins a first round game in a tournament.
Are we making our?
I do like these obscure college basketball ones just because the lines aren't sharp.
Yeah, no,
I like
that's why I'm going. The Horizon League and the MAAC are the ones that I like. That I'm going to bet on this year. I'm going to try to bet on one of those games every time they're on TV.
Are we gonna do something?
God, I can't find the other one.
Something for your birthday.
For mine?
Yeah, for the first round of the NCAA.
Oh, if y'all want to. The trip to Lake Charles last year was pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
Might do that again.
I was gonna say,
Fuck it. I'm going to take
Who's that?
what?
that's hurt.
Hamlin?
Hamlin got hurt? No, I'll send you the other one. I'm not sure about it. It's a Drexel and Hofstra game. I'm thinking about taking Drexel because they're home.
I would never bet against Hofstra. Ever.
Hofstra. Ever? What's their mascot?
Bulldogs.
No.
Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy. All right.
It's the Hofstra basketball team.
It's looking like
Basketball club.
the Bills are probably gonna. Oh no, the Ravens got the ball back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so they still got to make a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well,
score touchdown.
I'll take us out on that unless y'all are. Y'all in a
good.
hurry? You want to keep going? What's up? Somebody tell me something.
I'm not in a hurry.
What's going on with the high school?
High school. Oh yeah.
Basketball?
Scott? What do you think about Coach Blount coming back to George West?
Oh, that's good. I'm excited.
You're excited, huh?
Slot T?
Excited.
You're excited for that slot T?
I think we got, dude. You gotta have a freaking shotgun offense. A spread.
Boom.
I just had a whole take about it. These guys said that they're not going to come on our show just because I voiced my opinion on it.
I think you just gotta have like at least like
A package.
maybe like 6 a package. Yeah.
But do you have the
'Cause
players?
it's not like, I don't know. I'm looking at these school. I'd have to see. Like, who is the 3A school that is George West is 3A now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what division?
Division 2.
1 or 2?
2.
And who won state in Division 2?
Like who won the region last year?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It came down to Lexington, and somebody beat Lexington. I want to say in the region.
Yeah, it was. Oh, Region 1 played after the Ganado, right? The game that we were at, the next game was 3A Division 1.
Yeah.
Well, who won the whole state? Who won the state championship?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking who won the region championship. Like who's like?
No.
Let me look here.
But anyways, my
Oh,
point
it was
is,
Gunner won it.
It was probably Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson
yeah.
and Derrick Henry
That-
and Zay Flowers and all those guys.
now that I'm not super impressed with the athletes. Like, I don't think I think George West has the athletes to compete with like
Well,
any team in the state if you just had like you spread them out like that. Like,
Exactly.
because
That's
you only
exactly what I said.
gotta have like one good athlete versus a one corner for like 5 yards.
yeah,
or whatever.
we agree on this. I said with the spread offense, you can use more of your athletes. With the slot
Yeah,
T,
exactly.
you're only
You
using
can,
3 to 4 athletes on the team. You're
Yeah,
spread them out. Let your athletes make a play. Is what my whole deal is on that.
I agree.
And I'm not.
You should coach girls 10 and under, James.
I'm going to.
What's your record in that, James?
I'm not saying that
I don't keep
I'm
score.
against them being the Georgia West coaches or anything and changing up the whole offense because these guys been doing it for years and I mean if they're more toward the top when it comes to the slot T offense probably in our area at least. So I mean if they can teach these kids who've been running spread like the last 10 to 12 years this slot T, then I think they're gonna be in good hands. So
Tidehaven won the region, so that's like the top.
Yeah.
That's the top competition, like in the region. Tidehaven
Yeah,
did.
I don't
Tidehaven beat
dislike the
Lexington.
slot
So
T.
is Columbus 4A or were they 3A?
Lexington beat us 77-0, whatever they beat us, right?
And they ran a spread.
Okay, and then they went and lost to Tidehaven 35-21.
See, so you're talking
We got a long ways to go, is what I'm saying.
You're talking a big jump from Lexington to Tidehaven, and when you're losing 76-0 to
Yeah.
Lexington, and they lose to a team,
By
by a pretty good amount, like
we just
I'm
got a
just
long ways to
saying,
go.
we gotta get better athletes.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
we need to start
But
recruiting. Is
I'm
what we
just
need to do.
saying, like once we're there, I don't think we'll be able to do anything. Like,
Let me have a drink of that. Go ahead. We're listening.
What a fucking throw.
No, I just feel like
Oh, that hurt my elbow.
in the past, we've had like super good athletes
I've
for
always thought
multiple years.
you're gonna
And
make
then
it.
I felt
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
like if we ran like a spread, we would have had a better, not a better shot, but like a good chance.
With I was telling these guys, and with the slot T, you can make it 2 or 3 rounds. You know, maybe a 4th round, possibly. Like, because they made it to the
Yeah.
4th round when they were at Mathis. But when you get to those upper rounds, different regions, I feel like you do need to spread the ball around because those better teams are using all their athletes. Like, did y'all see an offense other than a spread at the state championships? There.
I saw like a lot of different multiple formations.
Yeah, but I thought the teams that we saw, their base packages were spread. Even Shiner was running a spread at one point. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
their base package.
It's not.
But they were running. They have a package of it at least.
Yeah, they do.
So
They're like an option or
and maybe
wishbone
Blunt and them do. Maybe that's something they'll bring into it. I mean, knowing that these kids know how to run the spread, they ran it last year. So maybe it's a good transition. Like Eric Sosa said, he runs them both, slot T and spread. So. Oh, we got to get to one of
Yeah,
his
you
games
gotta
next
use
year.
your
I kind of
offense,
feel
man.
bad.
I know, shit. That's another team that we should follow.
Yeah, we were going to, but none of y'all wanted to go.
Dude, Rockport's so far.
I know.
and the games you wanted to go to were crap games.
It would have been sitting in Rockport. I wanted to go to that game. That actually
Yeah, it was
ended up
crap.
being a good game. Dude, Rockport was winning at halftime.
Okay, then we got to go
what was
down
the-
there, get a hotel room.
Yeah.
Freaking-
What was the final score?
I know peeps in Rockport, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The final score was like 30-21 or 30-16, something like that.
I will say George West does have a lot back on their team. Like they have
Yeah.
a lot of kids coming back.
Yeah, their starter that was starting the year last year, he'll be back.
I didn't agree with what's it called platooning players so much, where like they didn't play like any of the like offensive studs on defense. Not any of them, but a lot of them they didn't like play them both ways. You know what I mean? Like to me, especially at a smaller school, I think you got to play your best players. But it actually is helping out Blount and them for this year because those younger players that were on defense, like those young linebackers they had, got to play all last year. So it's going to help for this year. But to
I
me,
mean, it doesn't matter, Dustin, if they're not the best players.
I feel like you don't want to say anything that's going to make them mad.
no, I'm just saying that in my opinion, it's going to help them out
So,
because of last year.
Yeah.
in your opinion, do you think it'd be better off if they ran spread or slot T?
No, I just think it's just whatever wins the game. I don't care.
Oh, here we
Oh my
This
God,
guy-
politician,
oh,
dude.
golly.
Would you? Is
Bro,
it
this
better
guy has
to
some
start
glasses
the
on
best
and some on
players?
top of his head. Look at him.
I know,
No, dude,
dude.
like
Look at Ganado. Look at who is their quarterback? What's his name?
Bryce
Ullman.
Bryce Ullman.
Bryce Ullman. Yeah.
Well,
I was
I'm
gonna
not.
call
I'm
him
not
Hilltop.
against whatever. Like
But
this,
dude,
their
dude was
offense,
freaking a
but
playmaker on defense.
He was.
So was I guess the number 2 who was like
Yeah, but
killing it.
that's
but
2A also.
He was also 6'3" and freaking 200
They're
fucking
the
pounds.
same. They're
No,
having
he
players
wasn't.
go both
Ullman
ways
was
a
like
lot.
5'10".
Yeah.
Well, that's my height, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's not up to me, but I wish they would. I wish they would run spread because you can. They have good receivers. George West does. They have size too. They have size to throw the ball to. I mean, they got speed. They're losing their running back and that quarterback, which that quarterback, a lot of people said he was better than the starter actually. But
Actually, the one that was the starter's coming back, right?
well, the one that was starter got hurt.
Yeah,
and
but he's
then-
back. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Their
year.
actual starter will be back next year.
Yeah.
He got a 5th year.
Yeah, and he was supposed to their starter that after that guy got hurt, the kid starting after that, he was supposed to mainly just play on defense.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that goes back to what you were saying, Scott. Like he should have possibly used both of those kids both ways because
That's what I'm saying.
think if George West, if their quarterback didn't get hurt, look how good their backup was, and if he's not playing on offense, I mean, what are we doing?
Exactly.
So, but
You got to
yeah,
play your best players.
Coach Blunt and them know what to do. They know what to do. They're
Yeah.
gonna do what's
They,
best.
They've
They're gonna do
never.
what's best.
They've never platooned. I've never seen. They've never been a platoon.
That's a good word, platoon.
Yeah.
Platoon.
That's what that means. Like you play only one side of the ball.
Well, we'll
Wait,
see if we
what?
can
What
get
about
them on the
you?
show.
How does
What about Caleb Williams? Is he platoon, Dustin? Is Caleb Williams platoon?
With another man.
he heard you play?
I already platooned with you, Scott.
You would know.
Eskimo Brothers.
You would know, wouldn't you?
I like to watch.
Yeah.
Dang,
Let
the
the
Ravens
boy
are driving.
watch.
Wait, how does platoon mean?
That means you only play one
My
side of the
young
ball.
son
It's a
Gabriel.
term.
How?
This is a term in coaching. Like everybody says, like we.
No way. No way.
Oh, he
shit.
caught it!
Oh shit. All right, now we got to stay on. All right, this is the game right here. They only got one timeout too.
Hold on, I gotta watch it.
All right, put it on.
Likely.
Likely.
If they don't get this, then we'll just end the show here.
I wonder
How
what,
much time is left, though?
1:33.
A minute 33. They're going for two right here. This is the
Don't turn it
game.
up. Don't turn it up.
They left too much
Not,
time.
not
for
too,
Josh
not too
Allen.
loud. Not too loud.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I can't hear. I'm gonna play behind.
You didn't see the touchdown yet?
No,
All right. Well then,
they're barely at the 20 something.
I need to figure out how to
23.
mute you. Then I'm gonna mute you. All right. He can't hear us. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I bet they don't make it.
I hope they do.
50 bucks. 50 bucks. They don't make it.
I hope they don't.
50 bucks. They don't make it.
I hope they
50
don't.
bucks.
He's open.
Never mind.
Oh, he dropped it! He dropped it! He dropped it!
Woo!
Game over!
Nice.
Game over!
an onside kick in the snow now. I will say that.
Oh, Marky
Never
Mark.
turn that off.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Holy shit.
Dude,
All
Mark
right,
Andrews blew this game.
let's get Scott's reaction right here. No way, dude. No way that happened. He's on mute. He can't hear us.
Okay, hurry.
For those...
He had a fumble.
No, we
and
can't
then
say it
this.
yet because
I
he's...
know. Let him-
We're going to be able to hear him. He can't hear us. For those of you that aren't watching the game, Mark Andrews just dropped the game-tying potential 2-point conversion. Now they're going to have to go for an onside. That was right in the breadbasket, man.
And he fumbled earlier.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's how they have that field goal, because he fumbled.
They just aren't going the way they're supposed to. How many people had the Ravens? Does this win Josh Allen the MVP if he wins this game?
It doesn't matter. It's already decided.
It's already been decided? Okay. Damn,
Which it
dude.
should have been this game.
Yeah. I think Josh Allen should have won anyway. Because Lamar's got Derrick Henry back there.
52.
He's got,
Pieces, what they're saying.
yeah, he's got a Zay Flowers. He's got, which Bateman's a mediocre receiver. But he has more playmakers. Josh Allen lost all his playmakers. He's got an overaged Amari Cooper, I guess you could say. All right, here's the game. Justin Tucker, one of the best in the game at field goals. Oh, dude, if they get it, oh my God, Austin, the under hit is 52.5.
I know. I know.
I had no idea that not only do you have, oh, so I'm going to shut up.
Oh, game over.
Wow,
That's the game.
That is the game.
Did you see it, Scott?
Oh my gosh, crazy.
Yeah. What a fucking scrub, dude.
Anyways, I freaking JP messaged the group chat that Andrew sold, so I knew that he dropped it.
Dude, oh man, that's like his most reliable receiver too.
And he dropped one earlier in the game too, didn't he?
He fumbled one.
He fumbled.
it.
Oh, fumbled.
Yeah, that's the reason they're down, because they would have been up.
They only have one timeout left too.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
It's over. Why are they not lined up to, like, take a knee?
Well, I think the Ravens are going to have a second or two left.
Why are they handing the ball off? What are they doing?
Go, baby, go! Ha
And that's the game.
What happened? Did they recover it and return it?
No, the Bills recovered it and got a first down, so game's over. Bills are going to the AFC Championship to
No.
play
Chiefs.
the Chiefs. A rematch of week, 13 was it? Week 13, week 12? Somewhere around there.
When was the last time they played in the AFC title?
Who?
The Bills and Chiefs.
They played, that
When we
13
were in Cabo.
seconds?
We were in Cabo.
No, when we were in Cabo, the Bengals beat the
Oh,
Bills.
okay.
It was 2 years ago when the 13 seconds game when Romo was like, "You got to give it to the Bills. They deserve this win." And then 13 seconds, Mahomes took them down like 50 yards, and
Kicked the field goal.
which there was some discrepancy about that too because something about the clock operators not starting the clock right, and it was in Kansas
Here we
City.
go
So
again.
yeah,
And they're playing in Kansas City again.
yeah. Well, that's the game. Okay, I gotta take off. Scott, we're out of here, dude.
All right, later.
I gotta play the outro. Dustin,
the
why you leaving so
outros.
fast, dude?
Wow.
Golly.
I won. Ha money line and first half.
Alrighty, guys. Thank y'all for listening. We will have a show for y'all. Probably Thursday we'll do a Zoom show. Thursday we'll do a Zoom, something like that.
I'll do whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. But yeah, AFC and NFC titles are set. Commanders at Eagles, and we have the Bills at the Chiefs. Oh, only two more fucking weeks of football left, dude.
I'm sad.
That is
That sucks. Oh
Gotta
god.
talk about freaking.
Try to win as much money as you guys can. If you were down, just put it all out there. I'm not gonna tell you what to take, but
Yeah,
hey,
you are.
well, you can listen to me. You can't. We'll give you our picks. But anyway, that's it.
Bills will win the Super Bowl.
Yep. We'll see you guys later. Like, subscribe us, all that other shit. Coach Blount, Coach Taylor, we're gonna give you guys a call soon, so y'all come on our show. We are out of here.